And we're live, boys. Oh, yeah. Is it costume time? Hold on.
Is it?
Is it?
Oh no.
I don't know. Wait, I'm not yet ready.
What's up with today? It feels so spooky.
Hey, Donna.
Huh?
Alright.
It feels so spooky. No one can probably hear me. Which is
We
a
all
spoiler.
costumed up. Is it time to make the big reveals?
Okay, perfect,
Yes,
perfect.
Wait,
Are we
I can't
live?
see though.
Yes, we are, sir.
Are we live? This is episode 74 of the Good Trades podcast. And what do you call it? Wait, we're live, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay, I can't see anything. I can't
Yeah,
fucking
I can't
see.
even see.
Don't worry. Okay. We got this. I'm your host, man, today. I am your host, man, today. And welcome to another episode of the Good Trades Brigade, episode 74, Halloween episode. Ooh, spooky. And joining me today is Mr. Raffy Graffiti. Show us your costume, Raffy. Who are you?
Yes, it is I. Pain. I am the League of Shadows.
It is COVID Bane. He's very safe. He will social distance.
Yes. The mask isn't for me. It is for you.
That's amazing.
Okay. Also joining us is the Mr. King Migoy himself. Reveal yourself to the audience, Mr. Migoy.
Ba-da-na-na, Super fighting robot. Ba-da-na-na, Mega Man.
Sick.
Nice.
Fighting
Sick.
for the world.
Oh, he's a robot. He's a man. He's King Migoy. And joining us also is the most
shit.
nubile of the Samsonites, Mr.
I'm not
Miguel.
sure. I'm not sure
Sam.
if this is gonna work, but
No,
I'm gonna
reveal
reveal,
yourself.
I'm gonna
Reveal
reveal.
yourself.
Is the webcam on?
Oh, yes.
Yes, Sam.
It's on.
I'm a shopping
Oh,
list.
no. Uploading shopping
I mean, I'm a ghost.
Oh,
You did it. You done it.
Dude, you did it. You did it. You did it.
Work.
And also joining you today is your host man himself, Mr. Emile in the morning at night. I am too.
I
I am
can't see
too
shit.
joining you guys today.
Hey.
I am
Oh
I am-
shit!
Cold
You're
Pain
It's our
is-
favorite cousin.
I'm
yeah.
yes, I'm cousin it today.
This is perfect. This worked out way better than I thought.
All right,
Yeah,
somebody
it's
take a
actually cool.
screenshot for the thumbnail art.
Somebody take a screenshot. I can't see.
I can't see. Also, I'm not
I
sure
don't
if
know
the
how to
shop
turn on my webcam.
is
I
available.
really
I
can't
can't
see.
It's available. Yeah.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. There we go.
I
One more
can't
time.
see.
I
One more
can't see
time,
you
one more
also.
time, one more time, one more time. 1, 2, 3.
Does it matter if I smile? I don't think
I
so.
mean, we can feel it.
Okay, we can totally cut that out in post.
No,
We can totally cut that out in post. Okay, I cannot see. I'm taking off this
Yeah,
costume.
I'm taking off
Big
this.
attempt was
boy.
made.
Taking off the shopping
An
list.
attempt was made to be Halloweeny today. Big
You
attempt.
call it a weenie.
So,
Jeez.
boys, how is everyone on this Hallows Eve?
Oh god, I can hear everyone again. Jesus Christ.
Oh, dude.
except me. Revenge. Oh.
I mean, I'm Mega Man from the ending with no helmet because I can't wear my earphones with it.
Oh yeah, that's a challenge.
Wait, we all took off our costumes, kind of,
I
but
have-
except for
I have
Raffy.
part of it on.
I can record like this. There's nothing wrong.
Oh no, here we
really?
go. Okay.
I'm editing
you
this
say,
episode, Raffy.
Even Bane was
yes.
dubbed over, I think.
Oh, man. That's
actually
actually rough. Yeah, we're going to have to dub over
Hold
Raffy.
on.
Yeah.
He's gonna re-record
man.
everything by himself in post.
Oh god. Okay, so it's been a really quick week. Like we haven't been up to like super a lot, but the COVID has been happening, and it still is. We're still under general community quarantine. I miss you boys. I wish we could celebrate Halloween for realsies.
Dude,
Yeah.
even though that's not
Like-
really part of our tradition.
Yeah,
No,
dude, I hate how our country sleeps on Halloween. Like fucking
see, man.
once the fucking Burr months start rolling around, it's all Christmas. And like me and Don are always like, what about Halloween though? Come on, guys. It's Christmas decorations in
over
October. What the
Halloween.
fuck?
We skipped over Halloween.
We
Let me
always
un-
skip over Halloween.
It's been Christmas since
Let me
August.
Yeah, dude.
Come on.
It-
It's creeping up. Usually it started when the Burr months happened, but now it got to August.
no, yeah. So who wants to start us off with their week, my mans?
Oh my
How is
God.
everyone?
I actually got a backup costume.
A
'Cause
backup
I can't
costume?
record I can't record the podcast as being.
Is Raffy
I
deep
got it.
voicing? Is
He's
Raffy
very
deep voicing?
deep voiced. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he's kind of.
Raffy
his
is
voice.
deep voice.
Oh, goodness.
this is my audio costume. It's me.
It's his backup costume.
Yeah, this is my backup costume.
Oh, God. Oh, what a treat for our audio listeners. An audio
I feel like-
costume.
I feel like the listener nation out there,
Listener
they don't
nation.
get to experience the visual treat of our costumes. So I put on an audio costume.
The very first.
Mm-mm.
The first
The very
level.
first.
Yeah, dude. The good
the
trades.
first ever
Always
audio.
pioneering with costume tech.
Yeah, we gotta
Yeah.
we gotta win somewhere, right?
We
Yeah,
gotta innovate.
yeah.
We gotta
Let me
innovate.
restart
Creative.
so that
Yo,
Be
so
ambitious.
Raffy. Now that your voice is about to be fixed, what's been going on with you, my man?
He's
It's
still in
not
the
fixed.
process of
It's
fixing.
not fixed.
Give him a minute.
Somebody buy some time.
Oh, Pandora system.
No.
Is
Oh,
he back? I
man.
think he's back.
Is he back? Is Raffy back?
Well, who else can take over while
I am back, but
Oh.
that
Oh, there it is. That's better.
there.
We
There,
need to
Raffy's
be-
back. Raffy's totally back.
That's
yes, I apologize. My mic was working. It just didn't want to. No, I put on my audio costume. We'll commit to that. But
Yes.
my audio costume
did it save?
turned off Audacity.
Incredible.
Yeah, so thank God we
Incredible.
were streaming. We need to.
Mhm.
Yes,
I need
we
to
are.
restart my recording and resync.
No,
Okay.
do it.
Do we all
Or
do
I'll
that?
I'll just
we'll
start
just
a
clap
new one
in
for
the
me.
middle
No,
of
no.
the.
Yeah. Just for you.
Okay.
Go.
I'll start a new one for me. Right?
Yeah, start a new one
Okay.
for you. Are you ready? Okay. Sync clap in 3, 2, 1. Sync clap in 3, 2, 1. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back,
Nice.
everybody back.
Very
So, who
fixable.
wants to start us off? Who wants to hit us with a good week? Maybe you, Raffman.
To be fair, there hasn't been a good week in over a year.
That is
with
true.
the current events in 2020, there's
Dude, it's rough, man.
Yeah.
Nothing's going on except work.
pretty much. Even that's like not interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of slow,
So
isn't
as
it? It's
far as-
weird.
Yeah, it's a weird like I imagine our weeks to be like a Snyder action scene where it speeds up and then it slows down. Like nothing really happens, but like it speeds up and then before you know it, oh shit, it's the weekend again. What did I do today? Ow. Nothing.
Oh,
I don't know, man. There's just a bunch of stuff, mostly from the stuff that we were talking about from the other Fortnite, because we are a Fortnite podcast.
Yes, we are.
Sure.
mhm.
Uh,
That's how we
the
get the
other part-
SEO.
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
We tell people we're a
Starting-
Fortnite
Starting
podcast.
this week.
We're a Fortnite podcast, one of many,
Yes.
Mhm.
One of at least two.
at least two.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So we still playing that Hades. Managed to beat the guy. Managed to beat up Hell Dad. It was an experience because I was
No,
like,
yeah.
it was
I
very
believe-
it was very late at night and my wife is asleep and I was trying not to make loud sounds, but it's hard
Loud
when you
sounds.
beat Hell Dad.
Silent
Yeah.
squeals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plus like Raffy's mode is just like loud. most
Destruction.
usually.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh
What do
yeah.
you call it? Yeah, but like I've been looking forward to like hearing you talk about Hades now that you've finished it. What do you think, man?
It's good still. I think a lot of the early like impressions that I got it before clearing it still hold up. Still very good. Good game. I love the interactions. That's definitely my favorite part. Like it remembers stuff you don't think it'll remember.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
who killed you last, and then they comment about it, which weapon you're holding, then they give you like story stuff to go along with it. Like even Zagreus like remembers if this is the farthest he's come,
Mhm.
or like
Or is this the
um,
fastest run he's done?
that one too. Also, like my favorite was like really early on when I got killed by those louts, those big dudes that like charge you.
Yeah, yeah, big monster man.
And when the next time you come through and then you kill a lout, Zagreus just goes, "That was for last time."
Oh, sick!
It's
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah, yeah. He
sick.
does say that.
So great. I love it. Love it. That's easily like where the game separates itself from almost everything else, because you can compare stuff to other stuff, like good roguelike combat, good isometric like top down combat. It's around there somewhere, even with their own games. But just like how far they took the original mechanic of the narrator being self-aware about all the things that happen, I think that's easily my favorite part.
Dude,
And
like,
I'm looking
like I actually really want to talk about like the story, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone because like
Yeah, I'm
it's
still
like such a
still
fucking
working on
experience.
it.
Oh wait, yeah,
I
you're
know.
playing.
Yeah. Give us
Yeah,
yours.
actually-
Give us your
Actually,
take, my
I've
friend.
been playing a lot of Hades for this month. Like that's the only thing that I've been playing for this month and last
yeah.
month.
Right.
And damn, I really like the combat for this. Like Supergiant kind of evolved their games from like title after title.
Yeah, they
And-
really nailed it.
In this latest one, like the system they did for Hades is something that is, I don't know, it's supposed to be what Bastion is, I think, but at the same time, yeah, this is something.
Yeah,
Like, I didn't.
Bastion felt like the basic version of this. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it was their
definitely the
first
basic
draft.
version.
Yeah.
And of course they did something experimental on Transistor by
Mhm.
by doing some some other like mechanics for it. And as for Hades, geez, like I guess that's a genius move for them to you know um have you reset all of your boons and your power ups for each run, so each run is very unique, so
Mhm.
you really don't get bored
No, yeah,
playing this
yeah.
game.
Dude, I've
I
been
don't
saying
think
this from
anyone
the
would get
start.
bored.
This is my new Binding of Isaac. I swear.
Yeah, and God, that like the mechanics and just the overall feel of how Zag controls and
Mhm.
even the weapons is so good. Like so good.
So
For-
so good.
For one example, I think my favorite run so far that I did was when I first unlocked Shield, and I thought, it's Shield. It's kind of poopy. Like I feel kind of restrained because
Mhm.
there's no combo moves in Shield, right? It's just one bash.
No, yeah. It's
you
one
click-
bash.
If you press click, and then you
Mhm.
just have to hold the shield button to charge.
Right.
And if you release it, you go shield charge. And then the boons came in, and there's a lot of things that you can do with shield actually. So
There's a lot of
Um,
things going on.
like first, I think I got like Dionysus like AOE power up before when you press cast. So it has that AOE
Yeah.
dots effect.
Festive fog.
But when
Yeah,
I
the big
have
festive fog.
but when I have Ares' boons for the dash, or actually Zeus's boons are actually good for the shield.
Okay.
When I got the Zeus boon for the dash, where you get what's that, lightning strikes whenever you dash.
Yay.
No, yeah,
then-
absolutely.
There's Poseidon's boons where if you press cast, like you basically knock back opponents and then
Oh, yeah.
have extra damage. So what I do was, I think I first tried the second boss in the second area.
Yeah,
I
in
don't want to
Asphodel.
spoil it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but in Asphodel, I first tried that boss because of how ridiculous the shield is. I basically did what any fighting game player would do to Apocalypse in X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Oh,
The
really?
dude didn't
What?
move
Which
because I was just
Oh,
be- be-
all
because
right.
I was doing what I call shield loops, which is
Shield
I charge at the shield, then I
Uh-huh.
backdash with the Zeus dash, and then I was just doing that sequence
Oh, I see.
in a triangle position,
Oh,
and
okay.
then
Fun.
and then each time I do some cooldown moves like the Poseidon cast to just accumulate constant DPS. And I think I
yeah.
finished that in under 5 minutes or 3 minutes because of
Dude.
how ridiculous the DPS is. So,
Dude, it's so
I don't know, like-
good.
like
this
after that
game-
match, I was like, "Wait a minute, is this
Yeah.
really what Hades is about? This is so broken, and actually,
Yeah.
it feels really
Broken.
No,
good."
yeah, Hades
Yeah,
is
like-
totally about getting broken builds. I swear,
Yep.
it's just
Yeah.
like Isaac.
Like it-
it's like you're
it
looking for
encouraged you.
that. You're looking for that one run where all the boons
Mhm.
line up. You know?
Yup.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely. It
I think,
encourages broken builds for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite one is the I think the run I had with the bow.
Yeah.
And I got the aspect of the bow that's like when you hit with your normal attack, when you press your special, which is like the flurry, like you shoot a
Yeah.
bunch of arrows,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
it homes in on the last target of your normal attack.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you
That one's
can
great.
Jesus.
absolutely rinse folks.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
and then I got like I got the boon from Dionysus that gave hangover for each special
Yeah.
that hits. So like I was just making people drunk with arrows like the whole
For each special, Jesus.
Yeah,
each
dude.
special that lands. So like every time I do it, like I attack normal and then I throw out the special which homes in on the guy. The guy is just automatically like level 5 hungover.
Oh God.
Oh
Wow.
man, that's
Great.
great, dude. Like
Great.
the thing I love about Hades is like each weapon just feels good, and like when you start out, you're like, nah, I like the sword, I don't like the bow, but eventually, Hades has enough like bells and whistles that'll make you like every weapon, and I like
Oh, yeah.
how they kind of incentivize you to try everything because in every run, a certain weapon has a bonus to the amount of resources dropped throughout the run. So you're kind of like, ooh, maybe I
Yeah,
should
yeah.
try this weapon. Maybe I should
Right.
try this
Like,
weapon.
it
gonna be-
hungers.
Yeah, it hungers.
Oh.
Dude, like that's the best.
I heard
That's the
I
best.
heard I heard Migs say it hungies.
It hungry.
Which I like better.
Really?
Yeah,
The
that
dark
weapon
Hungies.
hungies.
It hungy.
Oh man, so good, so good.
Fucking love Hades, man. It feels like an amalgamation of all the games they've made so far. It's got the
Yeah,
fast-paced combat of Bastion and the weapons and such. It's got like all the different perks from Transistor, and like the lesser-known Supergiant game Pyre. What they got from that is actually a great character writing.
Oh, okay,
Mm.
okay.
Yeah,
I've
that's-
actually never played Pyre. That's the only
Right.
super giant game I've never played.
Yeah,
It-
same. Hard
Yeah.
same.
People big slept on Pyre. I don't know why. Maybe it was they didn't really feel the basketball like aspect of it. It was certainly like a departure from what you'd expect, right?
Hmm.
It's supposed to be like isometric actiony game, and then you throw in a game about sports, and then I could see why people slept on it, but at the same time, it's-
Why?
Ooh.
Okay. No, yeah. I should really pick up Pyre. I think like the thing with Pyre was that it released and I heard no fanfare. And I just
Mhm.
didn't know of the existence of Pyre for like the longest time.
I remember when it released, and we hung out, and I was playing it on my laptop in the Starbucks.
What? What?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah,
remember
I was
that.
playing it right there in front of you. But I guess my laptop also got low bat.
Oh.
But that's neither here nor there. But yeah,
Oh, man.
it does feel like the most complete game they've ever made, and I am not shocked at all that it's getting like a lot of people's Game of the Year votes.
Oh, dude, there is one factor here that we're not talking about,
Okay.
and it's they've nailed down the factor that will help your game succeed that a lot of games are doing, like fucking Genshin Impact and everything like that, and all the fucking gacha games and shit. Like everyone in Hades is so fucking hot.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're so
Oh, yeah.
fucking hot. The art style is so good. Everyone's fucking like thirsting over these gods.
As they should.
everyone,
Even-
even Skelly.
Even dudes,
Even
Skelly's so
Vinicius.
hot.
No,
Like even
Dionysus.
Dionysius.
the
Like
hottest.
yeah.
Dionysus is the
Like it's
hottest.
weird because usually Dionysus is depicted as this fat, rich
Yeah.
dude, right?
Yeah.
Who likes
Oh,
to
really?
party. This one is like fucking hot Dionysus.
Yeah, he's like
yeah, they
chill.
basically turned Dionysus into this dude bro party man.
Yeah. Hey,
yeah.
Zag man, when you get up here,
Zag, my
dude,
man.
not hard, man. Zag man. He sounds like
Zag
Brad
man.
Pitt, but if he were playing like a surfer man.
Right.
That's what
right.
Dionysus is.
Oh,
He-
man,
he's like Owen Wilson for sure.
Oh yeah, they really got they really,
yeah.
Oh yeah. You're right. No, you're right. Wow, Gigantor.
talk. Yeah.
Uh,
Ah.
He is Owen Wilson. Kind
Oh,
of.
man.
Yeah, a deeper
you
voice.
heard it
Owen
here first. Owen Wilson is Dionysus.
Dude, live action casting of Hades. Fucking Owen Wilson.
Oh jeez.
Owen Wilson.
That's a
as
bad
Dionysus.
idea.
Okay, who would play
That's a very
Zagreus?
bad
Who would
idea.
play Zagreus?
Ooh,
Raffy?
Zag.
See, this is it. This is how we butcher the casting. Casting Zag. Who's the perfect Zag?
I don't know if he can do the action, but as far as the acting chops, I put my vote in for Rahul Kohli.
Rahul Kohli.
He was in Haunting of
Is
Bly
he a
Manor. No,
okay.
he's not a wrestler. I feel very typecasted right now. I
No,
feel offended.
see. I thought you were gonna say Zac Efron or something, but I'm also typecasting you, dude. No,
Ooh,
wait. Hear me out.
Oh,
Zag
shit.
Efron.
Zag Efron.
Oh yeah. Too bad his British accent sucks.
It does.
No, but yeah, Rahul Kohli would be good. Zac Efron would be good also.
Angelina Jolie as Nyx.
Dude, Angelina Jolie as Nyx. Yes. Who'd be Hades? Hades would definitely be fucking who is Obadiah Stane in Iron Man?
Oh, the Tron man.
Jeff,
Really?
Jack Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges
Jeff
would
Bridges?
kill as Hades.
Oh, really?
He'd
I
kill
was thinking.
everything as Hades.
I was actually thinking Carl Urban. I don't know why.
Because of
A
the
bit
beard.
young, is it?
Oh yeah, he's a bit young, but still.
Just give him a
They
bigger
don't know.
fake beard.
No, I see it. Yeah.
Right.
He's in
He
there.
could be
He's in there.
grumpy.
You fucking cut trying to get out of here. he's a
Lesson 1, boy, don't be a cunt.
he's a Zeus freak.
Oh, those gods on Olympus fucking hate him.
He's an
Demigod
Olympian.
freak.
Oh god.
The boys
You
but
know,
hell.
the voice. Oh man, Raffy. So I'm assuming you're gonna be playing more and more Hades. Yeah?
Definitely.
gotta
I
clear it,
love
boy.
it. I love it. I would say it would get my game of the year, but I didn't really play much new games this year, so I don't that doesn't really count. But of the games that I did
Definitely a
play,
contender.
fucking amazing. I just really love it. I'm just a big Super Giant Mark. I love it. Love every bit of it.
Sick.
Yeah,
You do anything else with your week?
Anything else? I did have. There are a bunch of little stuff that I just really want to touch like a little bit, like a teensy touch, like a little bit, and then move on.
Okay.
I watched Hereditary. Y'all watch Hereditary yet? 'Cause
No,
we
No,
are
not yet.
Whoa.
we
Where
are
can you
in a
watch that?
very Halloween mood. It's not on Netflix
Oh.
and
Okay.
not anywhere legal.
Not anywhere.
Don't let him know.
Oh, I mean, not anything mainstream. No,
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know where we watch. Where did we watch? Anyway, we were kind of in the mood because we
Kiss
watched
movies?
we watched the other thing that the director put out. See, farts. I forgot. Midsummer. Midsummer was
Someone.
Oh, yeah.
I've been meaning to watch
that
good.
too.
You should
That
watch
was
it
really
for
good.
this spooky Halloween season. Both are films that are, I don't know, it's a new flavor of horror, I'd say.
Did you watch
yeah.
The Witch?
Like, no. Ooh. The
That's
witch
something
with the
that
two
I should
V's?
also watch.
Is that the witch with the two V's?
Is it?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot.
It,
But it
it's
starts with
spelled with
Magica.
two V's. The witch. The
The
witch.
Witch.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Hereditary is I do not want to talk about it at length. I just want to say that it's really a fucking scary movie for me, and not in a sense
Oh,
of like
jeez.
ghosts or goblins or devils or whatever. You know how there are horror movies about goblins.
Of
No,
course.
sometimes them red decks. Sorry, my sorry.
Them red decks.
They scary, man. No. Yeah. The plot is about. I wonder how much I can say without spoiling too much. But it does talk of parent mother relationships. It's about a family that gets haunted by essentially their relationships. Oh, yeah, that's vague enough.
Really?
Okay, that's pretty
Um,
dang vague.
Yeah,
also,
since
also
Hereditary.
family stuff, horror, big horror for me. Sick.
No, absolutely
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And one of the scariest scenes in Hereditary, nothing else ever in the history of me watching movies has ever filled me with so much like visceral cutting dread.
Mhm.
Like so much like very real dread than one scene in Hereditary that if that I won't spoil, but like it didn't involve any ghosts, demons, goblins, whatever it was. It didn't even involve the big scary of the movie itself. It was just something real. And if it
Okay.
happened to you, like I don't know what I'd do if that happened to me. So yeah, I had to stop the movie. We had to stop. Like we kept going. I was
Really?
being very very brave about it, and I'm like, okay, that's something, I guess. And we kept going, chugging along, and then I just stop. I just say that to my wife. I'm like, yeah, I think we should stop. I don't think I can take it. And then
Oh,
we
that
picked it
bad?
up. We tried to pick it up. No, it's still with me. Like the feeling is still with me. And then maybe we'll pick it up in the morning when there is actual sunshine. And then
Oh
we
shit.
never got to it until we finished it in the next weekend, in the morning with the full sunshine.
Oh man.
Anyway, good fucking both Hereditary and Midsommar, just really new flavors of horror. And if you're looking for a good scary treat during this Halloween season, go for it.
Sick.
No.
There's that. We've also been watching Lovecraft County.
Country.
I always say county.
Country.
Lovecraft.
I thought it
Country.
was Lovecraft County.
We all did at
Before.
some point. Yeah.
It's country.
Oh, okay. I got to know.
It's country.
It is actually country. And we just got to the part where we haven't finished it all yet.
Mm-hmm.
Did
We
you get
just
past episode 8?
yes. Which one's 8?
Okay.
Time travel.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
but
He got past the episode with the
yeah,
hair.
actually.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm at time travel.
So he's at time
Mhm,
travel.
mhm.
Man, I love that episode. That was like
The-
the most Jordan Peele episode
The
ever.
beginning of Watchmen.
Oh, yeah,
we're
you're
talking
right.
about-
It is the beginning
What
of
are-
Watchmen. I started
Oh,
watching Watchmen.
It's
that!
true.
Holy shit, dude. I mean,
Yeah, that is true.
yeah. We're talking about the same episode, the beginning of Watchmen.
The Watchmen series, to be clear.
Watchmen HBO series. Holy knobs. I don't want to take the podcast way too down, but like it's just insane to me that all that shit happened.
Isn't it
People, man.
crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
It's
people.
so I was so emotional. I was actually really bawling. I couldn't help myself in thinking that this is what people do. This is
The
what
true
people
horror is
did.
reality. Yeah.
And like people are
Man,
this
this-
hateful that they'd like they go out and hunt you in your own home.
I mean, like if
And
you think like
Jesus.
since it's so recent, it's like horrifying, right? Because you
Yeah.
think back, you think like
Yeah.
Spanish Inquisition. Okay, that shit was horrible, but that was a long time ago. We've
300
changed.
something years ago.
Yeah, and
you,
like
you'd hope we changed.
yeah, and like you think back a little bit more recent, fucking like Salem witch trials. Okay, that's a little bit more recent, but like that's old enough. They didn't have like phones and shit. They didn't have like newspapers.
They didn't have
And
cars
then you-
and everything.
And then you go to Tulsa, and then you're like, holy shit, that's recent enough to be really, really horrifying. Holy shit.
Yeah,
It
that's
is
true.
absolutely barbaric, and I was overcome with like emotion during that one scene where full spoilers. We might dive into some spoilers if you don't want to get spoiled by Lovecraft County. Tune out for like 5 minutes. We'll be
Okay,
back.
go. Go.
In that one scene where like Letty and the person who was keeping the book of names were like burning
Right.
alive in their house.
Mhm.
I was fucking. I was just really overcome with emotion there. I couldn't help myself. It was like, what did these people do? They were just in their house.
Literally
like they were
nothing.
even literally nothing. They were
No, no,
just
no.
trying to survive because they were being persecuted.
No. It's even
Mm.
worse, dude. It's even worse when you have the fucking like context. They were being persecuted because they were getting successful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since Black Wall Street.
Yeah, that's the
Tulsa
whole
was
thing.
called
That's
Black
the
Wall
whole
Street.
thing. It's like fuck,
Mm.
dude. Come on.
Is insane, and those people exactly like they had nothing to do with like the catalyst for the whole massacre, which was the apparent abuse of the black teen to the white woman, and then who was held on trial. Like that family that was shown in the the series and many others did not have anything to do with that shit. Even though if that person were guilty of the crime, they really like the other people around him and that share his race and color. They don't
Yeah.
deserve to be persecuted
They're
that
just-
way. Anyway,
Collateral damage, basically.
and then when they do the big twist, where Tick realizes that he was actually the guy with the baseball bat that his uncles, his parent, his dad and his uncle were talking about that saved them that night.
Yeah.
When he realized that he was the guy with the bat, I was just what I got from that is that no one else is gonna save you
Yeah.
or them.
Mhm.
Like no one else is gonna come to their aid except them. Like they're all left to fend for themselves, and like no one's gonna interfere, and like it's just a terrible
Right.
fucking existence.
Like
and
with the foreknowledge of you can't change the past because it'll fuck up the future.
Mm-hmm.
So parang like
Eh.
knowing that, parang like we have to because it's me. Diba? No
Yeah.
one else is
You-
literally gonna save him.
they had to break the rules to do it.
Yeah.
Like that also spoke to a very like a smaller level that the system is gamed and you have to kind of break the rules to fend for yourself. I just couldn't couldn't deal. I was like when the credits rolled, I was like tearing up for like
Oh.
5-10 minutes straight.
It's
Ah,
such a good
shit.
show, isn't it? And it's like what do you call it? To be completely honest, I knew nothing about Tulsa. Like absolutely
too.
nothing. And like having more media like this that talks about like actual historical events like that, it's fucking crazy to me that I didn't know about this. I was like,
Exactly.
holy shit, this happened? Holy crap.
When I saw it in Watchmen, like planes dropping bombs on a town, an American town, I thought it was alternate reality. Like I thought there was a war. They were showing an alternate reality war where the fight was in the U.S. And then when I fucking Googled it, it was a real thing. And I was like, I can't believe it. Absolutely can't believe it. And framing it in like future events, which they also show in the show. So, for example, you'd think that in 1920s, when the Tulsa Massacre happened, you'd think that would be the end of it because it was the biggest like race crime, biggest like form of racial injustice ever committed, right? You'd think that it had ended right there, but no. fast forward to 30 years, we got the Emmett Till stuff, which the show also.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally.
Yeah, I didn't expect that's a real thing. Like
It
Emmett
was.
Till.
It was.
Like
And then,
in the very first episode, it's like, oh, these are just group of kids hanging out, and then I just realized on that I think episode 7 or 8, like
Mhm,
oh,
mhm.
it's a real boy, like it's based on a real boy.
Mhm,
Yeah.
Like
mhm.
jeez,
And
Like
another.
we've mentioned this before, like in the past episode, but like we're just so far removed from
Mhm.
where this happened that we've never heard of it. And I'm so glad
Never.
there is popular media now that is
Mhm.
talking about this, like Watchmen, like fucking Lovecraft Country. And I think we need more of this shit because, like, I am embarrassed that I didn't know about this.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. When we started watching this show and I said that it was borderline educational, it was actually the case. Like we
Yeah,
learned about all this
yeah.
shit. Yeah,
It's not just
It's just-
borderline;
it's
it's actually educational.
it's actually educational and like it drove me to research all the stuff that happened. And when you think about it, it's just really frustrating. You got the Tulsa stuff, 1920. In 1950, 30 years after, you get Emmett Till, which I researched that he was killed. He was dragged in barbed wire, kidnapped in the middle of the night because he said he apparently catcalled a white store owner, and then he was sought out by that store owner's husband and kidnapped from his home in the middle of the night and beaten down, wrapped in barbed wire, shot in the head, and threw into a river.
Mm,
Which is what happens
Right.
to Christina at the end of the episode.
yeah,
is
that's
what
actually
happens.
good.
So
Like
I never,
she tried
put
to understand what who's that other character? Like she tried to understand yeah what
Yeah.
Ruby's feeling.
Right.
I didn't
So
get
she-
that
yeah.
until I researched it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got that, and then like fast forward to something more current, like in our real. I mean, in something real. No, these are all real. Something recent. The George Floyd stuff. Like it's
Yeah, it's
nothing
still
Right.
happening.
happening. It's still just
Nothing
happening.
has changed.
Frustrating. What you'd think that'd be the end of it. I hate it. I hate that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I just hate it. Anyway,
It's hard to imagine like just seeing a person like that na tipong like you've all seen the footage of the George Floyd stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the faces on those people are just so straight as
Mm.
they're like have their full weight on this man's chest and all that.
they didn't even realize
yeah.
that.
It's like they're set on that. Oh, I'm
I don't
doing
know.
the right thing.
I don't like I can't imagine what kind of, what
Thought
mentality
process.
is what's going on in
Yeah,
their head to
exactly.
have like that kind of thing going on. Like Jesus.
No, it's fucking crazy, man. It's fucking crazy.
It's just like they don't have like any sort of care. Like it's ingrained in their bones that they didn't have a care in the world. That when George Floyd passed out, it was like 2-3 minutes before the dude let go of the pressure.
Oh god. Oh
It's
god.
Fucking ridiculous. Anyway, that was it.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, people suck. I mean, like fucking MYMP. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yo,
Jesus
Speaking of
Christ.
recent, Jesus.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
thing Juris is out of there before that happened.
God.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we are hinting about it. Yeah, that was the recent thing that happened. Speaking of people that suck, MYMP
Yeah.
frontman Chin
Mhm.
something whatever. I don't fucking
At a
name.
Halloween blackface live stream.
Great.
He just hit bingo on that single stream.
Mhm.
Again, blackface and all that. I don't know.
He went for Halloween. The dude put on Jimi Hendrix costume, complete with blackface. Fucking idiot.
Oh
I-
no, that's not even the worst of it. He said,
No, that one too.
yeah. He said in Filipino, he said kalokohan yang Black Lives Matter, all
Mhm.
lives matter. And then like
God.
there's footage of that and the rest of the bandmates are just looking away.
Yeah, all his bandmates are just
Mhm.
cringe.
Like, ooh, no saving
Yeah.
this.
Mhm.
They're,
the hell
they're
are you
like
talking, dog?
Christ.
they were mourning their band as
Yeah.
this guy was delivering the bullets
Yeah.
to the
Digging their own graves. Jeez, right?
Oh,
They-
that's rough. That's
They had
rough.
flashbacks to the MYMP tombstone. They saw it before
Even-
their eyes.
Dude, can
I
you
think that stream got
imagine?
erased already. Like
Dude,
I
can you
tried checking
imagine?
that out.
It's
Dude, can
too
you
late,
imagine
yeah.
like hey, let's get the band back together. Let's have a Halloween live stream, and everyone shows up, and this guy shows up in blackface, and everyone's just like,
Who's gonna tell him? Are you gonna tell him?
You could have chosen a different different costume. You could have been Tom Morello and Rage Against the Machine. Is all I'm saying.
I'm surprised no one stopped him. Actually, like,
Yeah,
at
this-
any point.
Their
Oh,
fault.
dude.
The bare minimum was you could have still done Jimi Hendrix, not just that
Yeah,
do the black
no
face.
blackface.
Yeah,
don't do the blackface because it's historically fucking bad.
Yeah, and then
Minstrel
you got the
shows are bad.
costume. You got the flower and all that shit.
yeah. All
You
you
don't have
need,
to blackface it.
like, all you need is like the bandana na nga eh.
That's
Yeah,
it, right?
exactly.
Oh man, dude,
accurate.
like, I mean, our country is pretty still like fucking draconic
Dumb.
and like,
Oh hell yeah.
yeah,
You're
it's
hella
still big dumb.
racist.
Counting that.
Big dumb.
Yeah. So the guy also explains he doubles down on YouTube.
Does he?
Really? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
He doubles down on YouTube. His whole defense was, they say that I am anti-black, but my favorite athletes are Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant.
Oh no.
But I'm anti-black.
Dumbass.
No.
Favorite
Dumbass.
guitarist is Jimi Hendrix, but they say
defense.
like that's his defense. Like
Sure.
my favorite martial
Oh,
artists are John Bones Jones and some other black athletes. And then but he was being smug about it too. He was like, "No, but they say I'm anti-black." Liking
That
those
means
people
he
that
doesn't understand.
He doesn't understand the problem. Yeah,
Don't
but
know
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
So, people suck,
People suck.
and I'm so glad that Lovecraft Country exists, and
Mhm.
I hope, like, I wish it were more popular than it is currently. I think the main problem with it is that it's only accessible on HBO Go, and like, I
think
wish
so.
more people had access to it.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
It gets aired in the regular HBO channels, but you know, who has HBO nowadays?
Yeah,
Who has
dude,
cable
watch
nowadays?
TV,
in TV? Yeah.
back then cable was the shit. You got cable, people want to sleep with you. But then
Really? Is that the thing?
no.
I'm
I
sure
don't-
our
I
friends
don't
at
ever
Contemplate
remember
can
that being
confirm
the
this.
Channels of Star Sports. Yeah.
When I got like when I got the no, never mind.
Yeah, never mind.
When I got Nickelodeon, I was the hot shit back in class.
I don't
Like, yo, Nicktoons.
Oh man, I don't remember that ever being a thing, but okay.
Just me? Okay.
Just you.
Okay.
Anything else
Uh,
happening in your life,
uh,
Raffy?
Stuff also did happen, but I don't want to kind of. I want to end on that. That's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to end on. I don't want to make light of like all the stuff that happened. I'll just leave it at that. It's a somber mood. I'm very sorry to whoever needs to pick that up, but yeah.
No, yeah. No. Like, I think it's important that we talked about that kind of shit. And like, fucking, like, people suck.
People suck. A lot of people suck.
No, yeah. That's the bottom line. And that's a sick week. People suck.
Yeah.
Samson, what's going on in your week?
I don't know, Emile. You say it.
What?
You say it,
Oh.
Emile.
Uh-oh.
Say what?
Say it. You fancy me lobster?
What is
me lobster, Emile.
Okay.
Say it.
Take it back. Take it back. You like me cooking. You fancy me lobster.
You fancy me lobster?
Bad luck to kill a seabird.
So, yeah. Aside from Hades, I'm sure you guys have watched it. But I've watched The Lighthouse
Mm-hmm.
as recommended by us last
Mhm.
episode.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a
And
movie.
Raffy, have you watched it?
No, I'm so sorry. I'm so bad with
Ah,
homework this week. I promised
it's
I'd watch
fine.
the Escape Plan and the Lighthouse. I just never really got
Really?
into
Oh, I'm
it.
proud of you.
Wow.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
proud of you, Raffy.
I apologize. I will do teacher.
No,
I will
no,
do homework next week.
no
Give me
need.
extra credit.
Raffy,
Okay.
you've watched the Escape Plan. That's already enough.
There's
No,
your
I
really
extra
didn't.
right
I'm
there.
telling you, I didn't do it. I didn't do
Oh
it.
shit! Okay, oh, fuck.
Okay,
You gotta
okay.
give me the bad star.
You have to
Or
at
what's
least watch Escape Plan.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
so what's going on with the Lighthouse, Mr. Migs?
that's the thing. I don't want to spoil it because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
such an
yeah.
experience.
But
But
how did it make you feel?
a lot of
Mm.
a whole. I think you would. How can I say this?
You fancy being
Once you finish you once you finish the Lighthouse, you will feel the full spectrum of emotions.
everything
Yeah, dude, everything.
as
That
portrayed
was
by Willem Dafoe.
yeah, as performed by the great knight Sir Willem Dafoe and
Knight.
Robert Pattinson. Now,
Sir,
for us,
Sir William
he's a knight.
Dafoe.
Oh yeah, right. We've established
Yeah.
this. He's a knight to us.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a knight to us. Our own knight in shining armor.
Mhm.
Wow, that was. I would imagine how draining that is for both of them to do. Like all of the dinner scenes
Mm-hmm.
is such a draining
All
like
of the
effort
dancing
for
scenes.
for these actors. It's so good. Like, oh man, I don't know. Like, I remember Miggy mentioning this off air where Willem Dafoe's accent cannot be taken seriously because of how
cannot.
piratey it is,
It's very piratey.
and that is like the whole charm of it. Like he's this old weathered like captain like dude who's
Mm-hmm.
just trying to just tend the lighthouse, and I don't know, like it's something like and also like when it comes to horror, it's
Mhm.
not really that scary,
Yeah,
but there's something there.
there's something
there-
about it
there's
that's
an-
unsettling.
It makes you uncomfortable at times.
Mhm.
Yeah, there are
And-
shots there where it's just full on unsettling, and there are a lot of
Mhm.
like not a lot, but there are some genuine mindfuck scenes, I would say, where it's just wait a minute, what happened here? Like, whoa, what is he dreaming? Oh no, what's
Oh yeah,
what's,
yeah. What's
what
real
am I
and what's
seeing?
not.
Unclear, and I think it's meant to be that way. And
Right, yeah.
the most interesting part about this movie to me, which Donna educated me on right after I described this movie to you guys last time,
Mhm.
was that apparently it's based off a real life event.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's based off like two lighthouse keepers who actually went insane.
hmm It's really good. Like there's this one quote among a lot of quotes that Willem Dafoe has said. Like like I mean, of course you gotta remember that let Neptune strike you dead or whatever those curses
great
that fucking Willem Dafoe is
5-minute
doing.
insult.
Dude, that was so good.
It's
That
so
was
good.
so good. Like that alone is already like you should watch Lighthouse for that alone. But,
Advertised as advertised. The
Just
Just
for the
advertised
5
by Good Trades Brigade. Please watch Good Trades Brigade on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. But yeah, there's this one quote where it's basically the whole premise of the story, and that is boredom makes men to villains.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's
yeah,
such a good lesson because like stuck in a lighthouse for a month, that'll make you insane unless you drink or something. So it's good. Like it's a short movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's worth watching just for the experience of it. Like it's fun. It's a fun watch.
I feel like
what I
it's
got
it's
from
one of
there.
those movies that like an art professor can show to his students in a college to
Yeah.
dissect.
Yeah.
That's
It's super art. It's super
Right,
duper art.
especially since it's a descent to madness,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and then the presentation also like evokes that. So yeah, like usually when you watch films that have like, oh, is it a dream or not? Usually there's some sort of film effect that they put. Usually, it's as simple as a heavy dark vignette or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Or some
Or, like-
tweaked colors. But since this movie is entirely in black and white, it is very unclear as to what is real or not.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
that's cool.
they add in unnerving shots basically
Yeah.
to make it unnerving, and it's so effective in this format.
And
So-
like it's so cleanly done that if you take specific shots like B-roll of just water splashing over some rocks, you might genuinely think this is an old ass movie.
Yeah, dude. And in my head, like I'm just like, was that a real seagull? Like, I really hope not.
No, dude, for sure it's
Oh, is there
not. But I was like, what is
There's
he
kind of
grabbing?
gore in it for sure.
Oh yeah.
All you need to know, Raffy, is that it's bad luck to kill a seabird.
Yeah, bad luck.
He said it a
seagull,
few
seagull,
times too.
Yeah, man, that's
I don't blame him though, dude. That bird was an
Yeah.
asshole.
Bad luck. It's bad luck to
I
kill a
don't
seabird.
blame that he got slapped after
Yeah,
laughing it off. Tall tales. Slap. Bad luck to kill a seabird. It's so good.
Dude, Willem Dafoe's character is straight out of SpongeBob or something.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear, like him with the goofy accent kind of adds to it because in my mind it's like, oh, he's already crazy.
Yeah.
He has his fake accent and everything. Jesus.
Yeah, dude. Real sailors don't talk like that. Come on.
It's just Willem
Hey,
Dafoe
man.
actually crazy, and they just filmed him.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Actual normal Willem
Yeah,
Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe.
like,
Dude.
like, what's my motivation? Like, just be you, man. It's like, all right,
And
Dude, this is the most I've also seen Willem Dafoe fart on screen.
I'm sure it's not real, but they do
Oh, dude, I've
emphasize
never-
it when it happens.
I hope it's real. I hope it's real.
but yeah, like Willem Dafoe's performance here, top notch. And
I
Yeah,
hope
dude,
God,
it's super
acting
consistent.
so super crazy, super consistent. I think another film that comes to mind on how crazy, like another film that comes to mind that kind of compares his own performance to Lighthouse is probably Antichrist. He's
Oh,
also crazy in
alright.
that
Yeah.
in that film.
Yeah,
It's and that one is also really draining for him. I read in articles,
hmm
so that's
I can
something too.
imagine.
So yeah, Lighthouse, watch it. It's good. I hope it really
Well,
I hope it's in Netflix or in Prime Video. It's in Prime Video for the States, but not in the Asia region. Which
Time to get that Nord VPN.
Oh, it's actually on HBO Go here.
Yeah,
Oh, sweet.
That's the only thing. That's the only platform that you can watch it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, speaking of Prime Video,
Yeah.
I've been watching shows there again, and I've been aside from the occasional American barbecue competition that I usually watch nowadays. I'm on my fourth run.
Reruns.
That's my
What
Hades for this month.
That's
Yeah.
his Hades clears.
Yeah, that's my Hades clears for the month.
you're clearing American barbecue show.
It's so the food is so
Not
good,
different
man.
every time.
It's not different.
You can focus on a different contestant every time.
It's like,
Yeah,
who do you
you gotta
think is
focus
going to
on-
win this time?
I want to study the character arc of Boatwright.
I really
Even for
hope
just a few
Shotgun makes it
episodes.
through this first episode.
Oh jeez.
Right, in like 2 episodes.
Oh, God.
But yeah, I've been watching some Amazon Prime shows. Well, just Prime Video shows. I've been rewatching Parks and Recreation, which is a treat.
Oh, what?
I
Why'd you say
I-
its full name?
yeah, Parks and Recreation. That's
Gotcha.
basically the title. But
Yep.
I finished it before, and I just wanted to watch it again after watching The Office, just to compare, how they did it, how the sausage is made, because The Office is something. It's The Office is good. The Office is probably one of my favorite comedy shows now because of that. And then Parks and Rec, because I finished Parks and Rec before I watched The Office, and now I'm rewatching it to kind of compare it, but at the same time, kind of want to relive the experience because it's a fun watch. It's really good. It's like a time machine. And another show that I've been rewatching right now in Prime Video is Psych. I'm not
Psych.
sure if you guys watch Psych.
No, never. What is that?
Raffy, have you watched Psych? I think you know.
I know that. Yeah,
Psych.
yeah.
The
I've watched.
movie?
I watched a few of it.
No.
No, it's a series.
It's a TV series.
It's a TV series, and it's kind of like a procedural thing, like
yeah,
where
it's like a detective procedural.
So it's like Bones, but psych.
it's yes,
It's
but the
it's
twist
as
is
stupid. Yeah, it's as
Yeah.
stupid as it
It-
sounds. So
there's a twist to it.
yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Raffy, go ahead.
Sige. Do I?
Me? Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it
It's
then.
your week. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So there's this dude who's actually really good at observing. Like he's hyper observant because his father is a crazy is a crazy man and a policeman, and he trained his son, the protagonist, to be hyper observant. He trained him to be as good as a detective as he is.
Mhm.
And he has a very shitty childhood because of that. And then flashback to present day, where this dude is just doing gigs by helping the police and by tipping off police.
Yep.
On cases.
Mhm.
But during the first episode, he got unlucky and actually got framed or got he was allegedly, framed that he's an accomplice, and then he can't get out of the station because but I helped you guys. I let you catch the crook. So the only thing that he did so that he can get out of that station is pretend to be a psychic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what he did a fake like premonition thing.
Yeah.
Like he's doing this, and I can feel something, and then he's just hyper observing everyone. It's just that.
I'm just imagining Mesmer from The Boys pretending to be a psychic.
Yeah, but it's stupider than that.
Okay,
Imagine-
it's dumber than
No,
Haley
no.
Joel Osment.
Imagine
when-
that you are as good as Sherlock Holmes,
Yeah.
but nobody believes you because
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
But
so you
they'll
have
believe
to
a
be,
psychic.
yeah, they'll believe a psychic for
Okay.
some reason.
So that's the whole bit. Like he convinces the police that he's an actual psychic, so they believe his like quote unquote predictions. But he's actually just a really good detective.
He's like the most competent detective in the show.
Yeah.
He can't prove it, so he just said, "Nah, I'm just a psychic."
It's easier that way.
And
Okay, it's easier that
like,
way. Sick.
yeah, but like it's a basic or dumb premise for sure, but what makes it good is that how humorous the characters are. And this show wouldn't be that good or that successful if the protagonist is just alone. So thank God they have Bird and Guster, who is the show's like Watson. And
Yeah.
and their like chemistry is off the roof. It's really fun. It's a fun it's a fun show to watch.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if I can spoil some because there's a lot of
Hello, my
moments there in the show where it's just crazy. Like every time that the protagonist is doing those psychic moments, it's just stupid. Like it's over the top, like Ace Ventura ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's what the actor was trying to kind of like portray or
Channel.
channel or
It's either
project.
that or That's So Raven.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll walk
And-
into a crime scene and it'll do the old Sherlock zoom in. Then he'll see like fibers on the floor. He'll see some guy's fingerprints or some shit. Some guy's hands are dirty. He'll all lock into all of it,
Yeah,
and then he'll go like,
I'm getting
happy
a vision.
yeah, something like that.
It's really
And actually, that those moments in the show, like the zoom in, they're basically hand be offs for the show, so that the dumb people will get it. That's I think that's the weak thing about the show. It's like it's too like forgiving or too it's making it too obvious for the viewers, which is I guess good so that they won't get lost. But at the same time, it's still fun to watch because of how eccentric or over the top the character is. Yeah, in explaining it,
Yeah.
like he's smart, but he's trying to dumb it down to the cops.
Yeah, yeah.
So this thing.
It's a better
think-
show
I
than
think- And what a better show then?
I was gonna say it was a better show than It's a better detective show than Sherlock.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a better show than it's a better detective show than
Oh, dude.
BBC's Sherlock.
Dude,
Yeah.
It's much more fun than Sherlock.
if there's
Yeah.
one thing I hate, it's when shows show equations beside a character's head when they're thinking.
Oh jeez. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's like,
Sherlock
what-
is guilty of that.
What does
Yeah.
E equals MC square have to do with this?
Yeah.
Like, God, come on.
And like
I
the,
don't
the
know.
main the main fault of Sherlock, which is not present in Psych, is that it takes the fun out of guessing. Like the main point
Yeah.
of a detective show, like you
You figure
kind
it
of feel
out.
like
Yeah.
you can figure it out. You want to feel like you can figure it out.
At least Psych is
Uh,
just like hinting at things,
Hint,
and it's not even accurate. Like there are episodes where Sean would like the character's name is Sean. Like there are episodes where Sean gets it wrong
Mhm.
at the first time, and then he can still piece it together or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I guess to leave off my weeks and to kind of entice you guys to watching it, because I'm not sure if there's also in Netflix, but I watch it on Prime Video. There are,
Oh, cool.
like I could cite 2 episodes in the show which made me laugh way way hard because I'm still in season 2, and then I think in the first episode there's a spelling bee episode where
Mhm.
Gus is like a spelling bee mark, and they were investigating like this top area where the spelling master is.
The spelling master.
Yeah, they're
Like a sports master. What is that?
it's basically like the dude who tells the contestants the word. So they sneak into that room, and then since the competition is rolling, while they're sneak investigating that room, they have to like throw in a word for the contestants, and then Shauna's go says, "Spell the word banana," and then people lost their minds. Banana? Are you fucking serious? Like for a
Okay.
top-notch spelling bee competition, so stuff like that.
God.
Then the next word is onion, and
Okay.
so yeah. And then there's this one episode where it's like a
No,
parody
where
of.
did it go, though? Why did he say that?
Huh?
I want to know.
No, because he needs to have more time investigating that area, or else
Okay.
they'll get caught.
Yeah, so he's
Okay.
buying time.
He's buying
Okay,
time.
sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, there's another episode where it's an American Idol parody,
Okay.
and
Nice.
they have to infiltrate as contestants for this. And Jesus Christ, they had the worst rendition of "Take on Me" on that episode. They performed it, and it's not good, but it's
Sick.
funny
No.
because it's too over the
fine.
top. And in that episode, like one of the judges is Tim Curry.
What?
Ooh.
It's such a treat of an episode to watch because
Why?
it's just Tim Curry guest starring as one snobbish British judge
No, that's him. That's
who's
just him.
basically the like a parody of Simon Cowell. So he's doing that bit,
That fits.
and it's
yeah.
it's just Tim Curry doing Tim Curry things. So it's great. And that's my week. Yeah.
Sick week.
I
So
don't know.
Hades
Ugh.
and Psych and
No, yeah.
the Lighthouse.
maybe I will check out Psych. Maybe I'll try to make some time for it. What about you, Migoy? What's going on with your week, my man?
I don't really have much, but I did watch The
Dude,
Lighthouse.
I think none of us have much. I swear.
That even if it
Except
was
for
2
The
weeks
Lighthouse.
worth, right? We're all just
Yeah,
been busy with stuff.
yeah.
But I watched The Lighthouse like as part of the homeworks. I guess the only new thing I've been watching is I've been watching Blood of Zeus on Netflix.
Oh, I've been
Yeah.
meaning to get to that.
How is that?
It's not super great. I'll say.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
I mean, initial impression, the art direction looks like the Castlevania anime.
Yeah.
I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but I guess it's the same studio. But
Or probably the same art director.
Yeah,
maybe,
but like-
maybe.
But actually, when I saw the trailer, I actually didn't like it as much as Castlevania because everything's too dark.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason to a certain area being dark, and that's for
Mhm,
like story
okay.
reasons. But it's clear that if it is the same people doing Castlevania, the budget isn't the same.
Oh
It's-
no!
There are moments where it's like,
Oh.
this is
I chose-
extremely cheap looking, and
Oh,
there's some missing sound
really?
effects here. Like,
okay.
the
okay.
art's very flat, and
Mm.
the pacing, dude, the pacing is terrible in that show. Like, it's only 30 minutes per episode, and I think it's only 8 episodes per season, and I am so tired from watching this show.
Oh god!
I'm gonna finish
Oh,
it just
damn.
because I'm almost done. But Jesus,
I was
man.
hoping it was good. Oh,
It's like the story in them isn't not interesting. It's just that the pacing is very slow, and like the bad guy doesn't seem like much of a bad guy after a point.
oh really? Oh,
Yeah,
Is it just Hades?
It's the guy.
It's our friend Ijon from Long Live Play asked us if we've been watching the show, and he summarized it as basically Greek gods are still assholes. And like,
Newsflash.
yeah,
Newsflash.
kind of. I mean, they're not as assholey as they should be, given like
Mhm.
actual Greek mythology. They're still, pretty much like big dickheads.
How many things has Zeus fucked in this show?
Oh, dude, a lot. Hera's so mad.
Oh no.
It's like
Oh,
you made me
God.
a joke, and it's like I'm the god. That's what I do.
I mean, the title is The
I'm
Blood of
not-
Zeus, so I assume everything
Of
is
course,
getting
it's,
fucked by
of course, it's like what's the easiest Greek mythology cartoon to make? Like, demigod, son of Zeus, he is special, and but still, like it's you could just you could make it the throwaway thing you watch when you have nothing else to watch while eating lunch or something.
Nah, yeah,
Because it's
yeah.
not
sounds
it's
about
not
right.
super great, I swear. Like it's there, it's something, it's new, but it's not super
Something.
great. It ain't
Oh,
no
God.
Castlevania, that's for sure.
All right, all right,
It's-
sick.
ugh.
Tells us the quality in there. If it's not Castlevania,
Like Castlevania naman isn't like the peak of animation, but there are moments
Okay.
when
It's not.
it gets like super like almost like they start doing reference footage of real people
Mhm,
for the
mhm.
animations, like especially during fight scenes and all that, right?
And in Castlevania, you can tell when they didn't have enough money to get the voice actors on because, like, hey, how come this whole coven of vampires doesn't talk?
Yeah.
yeah,
And, oh, they just
went all
died
this
in one
way.
screen.
yeah,
it's
they
like,
went all this
yo.
way from India and wherever they're from,
But
and
none
not
of them
talk.
talk.
Not talk, and then they just die immediately, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And
at that.
yun, yeah, like it'll shine. Like there are moments where it's very mellow in Castlevania, right? Like characters are just walking and talking and all that. But the
Yeah.
art is consistent, and when the fight happens, it's gorgeous. Fucking Blood of
absolutely.
Zeus, like when fights happen, and fights happen like fairly frequently, it's not great. And I swear there's a fight where there's just missing sound effects. And this is like, it looks unfinished. It sounds unfinished sometimes. God. But yeah, that's something. I'm gonna need to finish it, I guess. And like I said, it's not the worst story out there, but it's nothing new. It's nothing great. I don't even know if the demigod is based on a real person, or at least
What's
on,
his
a-
name?
on a real
is?
character. Dude, I can't even fucking remember.
Oh God.
It's not
not
Zag,
Zagreus.
that's for
It's
sure.
not Zagreus.
Zagreus.
It's super throwaway. Like it's as
Is it
generic as it
Crucius,
comes.
or-
No, it's
I
not.
don't know.
It's not any character that I was familiar
It's not
with.
Sam Worthington. Okay.
But it was
Anyone, no.
like there's a nice twist as to where the villain comes from, but
Wouldn't it be hilarious if it was Zagreus though, and like fucking Hades just shits on this?
oh man, yeah, Blood of Zeus. That's a show. It's a thing that happens. Yeah, I said I watched the Lighthouse. Migs covered that. That's a movie that people should watch, especially if they're a fan of Willem Dafoe. Because
And,
boy,
like-
what a character.
And like, I love the dynamic between Willem Dafoe and like fucking Robert Pattinson, because like it just feels like him as a senior actor is just shitting on this newbie.
Dude, yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's what it is.
that's also a dynamic. Yeah.
And like Robert Pattinson's anger is so convincing because he looks genuinely butthurt.
He looks so butthurt
He's so
that Willem
butthurt.
Dafoe is messing with him.
And Willem Dafoe has just this big dumbass smile on his face half the time. Spouting
Yeah.
some pirate nonsense and like getting drunk half the time too.
It's
You
so
think they
great.
went?
Great.
It's also metaphoric. Like Rob Pattinson wants to tend the light,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
main
he
lighthouse.
wants to
It's
be up
like,
there.
I want to be in the spotlight, Willem.
It's like no.
No.
I want to be in the spotlight.
It's
No.
the light
And
is
it's like,
mine.
No, the light is mine.
It's
so good.
Oh man, that movie! I swear. The big thing I've been doing so far, because not only was I like excited for this game, but also we're doing this for the Too Much Gaming site, so it's also work related.
Cool.
I've been checking out the new game, Watch Dogs Legion,
Yeah,
which is
dead sick.
Dead sick, yeah,
Dead sick.
It's like as fuck.
dead sick as fuck. I swear.
Oh,
Yes,
Jesus Christ.
Ubisoft. Some Ubisoft jokes are still out of touch.
Yep.
I'm happy to
Some of them are
report that
just
it's
kids.
not as egregious this time. There are a
Okay.
few of them, but they're not as blatant as the previous games. So I think that's okay. Like, it's not as in your face. And boy, remember my complaint about Watch Dogs 2 being like, there's a narrative dissonance between what you do as a player and what the characters are and what they the image that they portray. Because in Watch Dogs 2, they're all like happy nerds who are trying to, you stuff it to the man by fucking stealing game trailers from Ubisoft and all that, hacking. Meanwhile, in the video game, you're shooting like a ton of dudes in the face.
Yeah.
You know?
Doesn't make sense.
Right. You're just gunning them down in cold blood.
It's the weirdest.
In Watch Dogs Legion, this game is fucking dark. Like,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
basically, like a sort of military PMC has come in, and they're iron fisting their way through the entirety of London and all that.
Jeez.
And basically, they're overpowering the city, and anyone who tries to cross them basically gets erased. Like, they'll
Okay.
just disappear one day.
Erased.
Nobody will ever find them. And
Damn.
before I started doing the story, like, the thing in Watch Dogs is if you have access to getting the power-ups early, that usually breaks your character, right? Because you get like a bunch of broken abilities early, which either will help you really early on or just straight up make you the most powerful thing for 50% of the game. But if you don't get any power-ups, like, you are gimped diba, initially. So the moment I got access to the open world, like, I did a mission or two here and there, but I would also just explore as much as I can because the city is in a fog of war for you.
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah, like, straight up, everything is except the thing that you're standing on is covered in fog of war. So you have to explore the cities and all that. So as I was exploring the cities, some areas just have like you'll go into this establishment, you sneak around the guards, right? Then like, oh, there's a collectible here. Then you'll go like say it's an establishment covered by the PMC I mentioned, right? Heavily guarded and all that. And say it's like a tourist spot in London, right? That has been defaced by these bad guys and all that. You'll just find a hidden room just covered in
Okay.
blood.
Whoa.
Like blood
Okay.
stains and all that. And then you'll see in some of them you'll see like wrapped dead bodies. And then you'll get hints na parang, oh, this is clearly like an interrogation room of some sorts, because you'll see like tarps on the wall in one particular section with a chair and like maybe some lamps that have fallen over and like all that.
Mm.
And yun nga, like some areas will have that, some areas will like just straight up be a dump site for bodies. And some areas where there's no like dead bodies, but you'll just see chunks of human flesh and a bunch of blood stains on the wall, and parang like, what the fuck is going on? And then you hearing like people are being oppressed by this PMC, and like the main gimmick of Watch Dogs Legions is you can recruit anyone in the city to be part of DedSec, and each person will have a different set of skills and abilities, and you can use that to your advantage and whatnot, right? Because
So
the main
so they're like soldiers from like Metal Gear. that you
kinda,
recruit.
yeah. But they're not so. They're just regular ass people. So some of them will have really shitty abilities, and some of them will be like actually amazing.
Okay.
So parang yun nga na, because the actual core group of DedSec in London was hunted down, right? Only like one of them escaped, and then you're trying to recruit some new people and all that. Then yun nga, like some of the recruitment missions will be like, oh, you're DedSec, yeah, maybe you can help me out before I join you, right? You help me out now, and I'll owe you a favor. Yun yung main like intro premise to a recruitment mission. So some of them will be like, oh, I've been helping some immigrants, like find work and lodging here, but for the past month, I haven't heard from any of them. So I feel like something
Damn.
shady is going down. So could you look into this for me? And then you find like in a room where like you're basically going to hack a database to find records of these people to find out where they are, right? But looking for a power-up collectible in there, in that zone, you'll find a place that like, fuck, it's just a bunch of dead bodies here. Like, oh god.
Oh no.
And you never actually find these people. You just find something that could help whatever this person is requesting for. Like, oh yeah, this is the best you could have done. Thanks, mate. I'll join DedSec, fight for the cause, whatever, like all that. And the Raffy, you've seen the opening of this game, right? Because I streamed it.
Yep.
Fucking the character that you start off with in the beginning is basically James Bond, but with
Yes.
hacky powers. He gets gunned down after that intro.
Oh god.
Really?
So parang like,
Holy shit.
what's the thing to do in London-based like spy movies, right? Oh, we'll blow up the fucking parliament. So that's the trope, right? You're fucking stopping a bombing in parliament. But when you stop your bomb, you find out that there's a bunch of others in London, and they actually go off.
Oh,
So
damn.
you don't save anyone except the place you're at. Then you find out your friends are being gunned down in DedSec HQ, and you can't do anything to help them. Like you're hearing them getting gunned down in your comms. And then the big bad shows himself like fucking President Shinra in Final Fantasy VII Remake. He has a bunch of drones make a big hologram of him.
Oh god.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, right. Like, that's a
Heidegger.
big goofy villain Heidegger nonsense. But then he just shoots the guy afterwards.
Damn.
So like,
Okay,
well,
that's a strong
not
intro.
yeah, that's not my main character, I guess. And then you pick like a slew of random people with different abilities as your starting character.
Okay.
Then big fun story that
okay.
way.
I thought it was gonna be a Rex and Vaughn situation.
No.
My brother shoehorned in character comes in. Yeah,
Oh,
so
jeez.
the gimmick is as advertised for the most part. Like you can recruit not exactly everyone, but most everyone you can recruit.
Like, can you
Oh.
recruit a grandma?
Dude, you can recruit any grandma you want. What's cool is once you get this ability, you can scan people and see all of their abilities and then some. So not just their abilities, it's what they're doing at this point in time, where they will be at certain hours, or where you can find them at different hours.
Oh, cool.
So there's a consistency to that. Na parang this particular person will show up here at this time because his job is this. Or even homeless people, like he will beg for alms in this spot at this hour. He will be here at this
Whoa.
hour. And you can actually
That's
follow
nice.
them. Because unlike most open world games, time in Watch Dogs Legion is very slow. Because like say in GTA 5, 1 second in real life is 1 minute in game. So the day and night cycle happens really fast, right? Or like in Genshin Impact, it's more or less the same. In Watch Dogs, I noticed that the day and night cycle is very slow, and it's because of this. Because NPCs are timed, and it's not just it's. I'm sure there are some that don't, but there are very specific ones that do, and there are plenty of them. Like I had to chase down this one character because his gimmick was he fights in underground arenas. So there's a mini game where you have to dominate all of them.
Okay.
And
Whoa.
after that, you get the chance to recruit them. And it's not just recruit them agad. You will just basically unlock them in the world and then have to find them and then proceed to do the recruitment quest. But they will usually have like 3 or 4 abilities associated with them.
So you have to unlock their social link by beating them first.
Yeah, you got to beat them up, then befriend them like Kamen Rider 4s, you know? That's how you
Sick,
do.
sick,
Or
sick,
like
sick.
Goku and Dragon Ball. So there was this one guy na, he looks like this fucking thug with a fuckboy long haircut on the top of his head. But he's so
Okay.
fucking well spoken. Like, oh, I'm a fucking well spoken British man, like a fucking
no.
spy. He's super
I'm a
posh, and I'm like,
superhero,
you do not like. I don't know if I rolled the wrong randomization. Maybe a different voice got matched to this model or whatever. But like, dude, you don't sound like what you look like, and it's so fucking weird. But you got good stats, so welcome to the club. So like, what happened after I kicked his ass? He showed up in the world, right? Like we high-fived after the fight and all that. He went on his merry way. I tried to chase him, but he was ahead of me. And what happened was, because it was 5 p.m., so he was on his way home. And that's what his record showed. Now, he goes home to this particular place in London from, 5 to 7 p.m. Ganyan. I caught him going into the train station past the point where I can't go. But his icon was still there. It's like, wait, what do I do? How do I talk to him now? And when he goes around the corner and like disappears, right? I fucking see him halfway across the map, exiting the train station there, and like, fuck, I have to go all the way there just to chase him down.
Oh, he teleport.
He video game
Yeah.
teleport, but that shows that NPCs do have a proper cycle, and like that just blew my mind. Na parang, oh god, like this attention to detail is not. None of this was advertised. Like the only thing advertised was recruit anyone, but I didn't know
Yeah,
it was
and-
this complex.
Yeah, and even then, like the recruit everyone thing felt like a little too good to be true.
But it
Right.
works. Right?
Yeah, that's good. I am very excited to hear that. Yeah.
Right? Like, of course, there's limitations. Na parang, there's like some. If you're within a specific district, sometimes you need to reduce the oppression rate by solving other missions first to sort of liberate the zone. And then that will give the people favor to DedSec before, because if they dislike DedSec a bit, like say maybe their zone is oppressed or you punch them by accident once, which happens, or maybe some of them are actually bad guys that you just happen to come across in the street out of a mission, and you knock them out one time, so they double dislike you. So that happens now. You have to win their favor first before you
Sick.
get a chance to recruit them. And like
Reputation system.
some of the fucking cycles are so mundane na parang I found these 2 people just smoking a joint. Na parang like, oh, this guy, he does drugs with Lisa, blah, blah, blah. Then I look to the character beside him, Lisa, blah, 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 does drugs with this guy at this time. And like, yep, that's exactly what
That's
they're
their
doing.
whole lives. That's their whole lives.
That's
They
what
just
they're
smoke
doing.
up with each other.
Right
Amazing.
now. And their abilities fucking suck because they're drug addicts.
I know a couple of people like that back from college. That's their entire schedule. Smoke weed with each other.
Dude.
You try to aim and it's blurry.
No, like when it comes to the abilities, the interesting part is not only does it apply to like physical abilities or what equipment they have access to, some of them are tied to what jobs they have. So say a construction worker will have an outfit of like the safety vest and the hard hat and all that. And what
Right.
that does is it gives you sort of like a veil of shadow when you're in a construction yard.
Oh, okay.
So if
Oh,
a construction
so
yard has
they're still
enemies, they'll turn a blind eye to you because they're like, oh, you just work here, right?
Man, it's
Awesome.
cool.
And
Oh, man, dude.
like
There's
that-
actually like a YouTube video out there that like somebody was like, yo, somebody told me if I just wear a construction vest, I can walk into anywhere. And they did it. So it does work in
Yeah.
real life.
like I wore a fucking 2-tone green and red and white or 3-tone green, red, and white shirt in a 7-Eleven, and somebody asked like, oh, where can I find these things?
Oh no.
Super happy. Like, dude, it fucking happens, I swear. So yeah, like the thing is, just don't get too close to a guard, and he just won't pay you any mind. And what adds to the interest is My construction worker character also brandishes a nail gun as a sub weapon,
Sick.
which works as a silent handgun. And because I am under the veil of a construction worker, even if I have it brandished out, enemies don't give a fuck. Because of course I'd
you'd
have
a
that,
nail
right?
gun.
Yeah. Like of
Yeah.
course you'd have that. So I can set up like a trap by shooting a exploding barrel like a few feet away from a guy. He won't even care. Because like of course he has a nail gun. Fucking what do I care? I'm not paid to, direct these construction workers.
Oh, that's some pretty interesting attention to detail.
Right.
Fuck,
And like a bonus is because I'm a construction worker, my melee weapon is a giant monkey wrench.
oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Nice.
Like a giant cartoon
Bless
monkey
the
wrench, which
ropes.
is fucking sick.
You think this is gonna be a street fight?
You goddamn right.
Goddamn right. Ah,
So yeah,
that's a tech.
like that applies to police officers. They can walk into like a police station with no problem. That applies to any enemy soldiers that you can win to your side. Like you
Oh,
get
you
their
can walk
full
around their bases
ensemble.
and shit.
Yeah, you get like the nightstick that they come with. You get like a fucking primary rifle and all that.
Whoa.
So you can recruit bad guys too. And even in true British fashion, you can recruit spies. They come with spy cars that shoot missiles.
Oh shit!
That's some goofy
In
shit.
true British fashion.
The car can go invisible for a few seconds too.
What the hell? Okay, that's nice.
Did some Die Another Day shit? Was
Yeah.
Die Another Day the one with the invisible car?
Dude, but so the
Was it?
spy car is the type that you
Was
can
the
imagine
Aston
too.
Martin
Like the
Vanquish?
long front engine type, the two-seater.
Yeah, Aston Martin.
Aston Martin's fucking type of cars. And
Dope.
they come with like a wristwatch that will jam enemy weapons in the entire zone. And that's
Oh.
unique to them, which is kind of fucking hilarious. And
That's so dope.
abilities also go to the bad side where like, oh, this person is a drunkard, so he hiccups a lot. And what do hiccups do? Attract enemy attention.
Yeah, they expose yourself.
That's brilliant.
Interesting.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, that sucks, but I need to try this out. And in true old person Willem Dafoe fashion, you recruit
Oh.
an old person. They're not very mobile, so they can't run.
Oh yeah.
When you sprint, they fast walk. Like they
I've
they
seen
walk
this.
jog.
I've
They
seen
speed
this
walk.
stream.
That's their sprint.
Yeah, speed walk.
They don't
They're
have
very
any.
slow at vaulting over
Yeah,
objects.
Dude, yeah, they're very slow. Like they fucking lumber about like a fucking old person. Their melee attack involves a slap and a taser because they can't punch for shit. They can't dodge. They can't
Awesome.
counter.
Yeah, old people would have that. Yeah.
And when you try to cross a street, some guy will come up and help you.
Hopefully, I haven't tried that out, but hopefully,
Man, we gotta try that.
some of them will have the ability called flatulence, where
Oh,
they will just
no,
fart
that
out of
fart.
their out of control. So like you're vaulting over a thing all stealthy like, and like, oh, enemy heard that. Here they come.
Oh, sick. Sick. That's
Dude,
great. That's
it's
super great.
fucking hilarious. And when they first announced this game was supposedly permadeath. So if a character dies, they're just
Oh,
gone
I
forever.
know,
They're gone.
So
Oh,
when
shit.
people like, because sometimes that's just straight up not fun, right? So what
Yeah.
Ubisoft did was they made it a toggle where you can have it on or off.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yes.
Here's
Cool.
the thing,
Sick.
though. I have it off, but there are characters who are like, oh, he's very sickly. So his ability is he may still permanently die if something bad happens to him.
That's a great ability.
Okay.
Dude, can you imagine? Like, you see someone's character sheet, and one of the abilities just says he may be fit.
He may be fit.
He may
maybe.
just be fit.
There's like I've seen two variants of this, and I think one of them is he just may spontaneously die because he has some
God.
sort of disease. And I'm like, I want to
so
see
great.
that happen though. I'm
Yeah,
curious.
yeah.
Does he just like collapse
Yes.
in the middle of a mission or whatnot? Like,
This
what's
sounds
going
like
on?
the greatest D&D game ever, and like everyone just has fucked up character sheets.
He rolls
He
a
has
one.
peanut allergies, so
Oh, dude.
there's one moment where he gets surrounded by nuts, he dies.
You stuff an almond joy in his mouth and he just falls into a coma.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
So yeah, with permadeath off, if you get arrested, the characters are gone for like a real world hour or something like that.
Okay.
Oh, it's just an R. Okay.
Something like that. Like it's enough to inconvenience you, especially if they're a really strong character. But yeah, I gotta try some of these bad ones, dude. Like, I want to
Okay.
get two bad ones, like low mobility, flatulence, or maybe hiccups too, just to see what it's like. You know, just to see if I can do it or
Yes.
not.
All
You're in hard
think,
mode, basically.
Yeah, like you're doing
I
it for
wonder if they
yourself.
include someone with Tourette syndrome. That'd be
No,
Just
no.
fucking start swearing out uncontrollably.
Shite! You can't.
He's a soup freak.
Dude, the accents are all over the place, and it's amazing.
Oh yeah.
And like, what's nice to see is you don't see this much in video games. There's a lot of like female cops and soldiers in this.
Oh, cool.
Like it's
Guess
not just
Ubisoft's doing
uncommon.
their
Yeah,
work.
like the rate of female soldiers is higher. It's probably the highest I've seen in most any game.
Like 50-50?
Yeah, around that percentage, I guess. Because
Cool.
I'm gonna fucking stun this dude, and like, oh wait, that's a lady. That's cool.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm still gonna knock her lights out, but like, hey, that's cool. Representation.
Yeah, dude.
Like I
It
might
just goes
recruit
to
you too.
just goes to show that that one Ubisoft executive who said like making female playable characters is hard. That guy was just a clown, wasn't he?
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
They
for
disproved him in like the
Wow.
next game, I think.
Yeah.
It was like no lady assassins because it's hard to program. Then the next
Yeah,
game
it's-
featured a lady protagonist.
That sounds stupid.
It
What the fuck?
it was very stupid. Like to be fair, what I heard when it comes to Ubisoft production is that they're very disjointed. Basically, divisions don't speak to each other because of just how many they are in the building.
Okay.
So it can happen. Like they don't hear from
Interesting.
each other. So yeah. Watch Dogs Legion. It's super interesting. What I
Sounds
do
super great.
find weird is London is nicely recreated, but I think it's done a bit too well that the streets are so fucking cramped.
Oh,
Cool.
Like the map
okay.
isn't inherently large, but getting from point A to point B is like it's the roads are so windy, they're so tight, there's so many like buses, like fuck.
That's good.
But what's cool about it is it's since it's medyo futuristic, like it's an undisclosed like number of years in the future where drones are just present, all the ads are holograms and whatnot, and super hacks and like that's your superpower. You can hack. Everyone's a fucking programmer, even a 70-year-old grandma. Like I made a virus to show those people what. that actually happened. So
that's great.
God. Okay.
most cars have an auto drive feature. Not all, but most. And
Cool.
it works. Like you set a destination, press X, your character model just starts looking at their phone, and you can just physically get up and, do whatever for like the next 5 minutes.
Cool.
As your car will just drive and stop once you get to the destination. And I'm like, this is the best. Thank you, technology, auto drive. Oh my
Auto
god.
driving games.
Yeah.
And they don't just teleport you there.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would think that it'll just teleport you there, right?
Some do, but like GTA has always been like you can watch the taxi try to get there. But since the taxi is not very smart, he'll get stuck a lot, especially when traffic happens. In this
Right.
game, it follows traffic rules. Like it'll try to avoid NPCs if it can. It'll follow traffic lights. It'll give way to the proper vehicles. And also, everyone will follow that too. Of course, since you're a hacker, you can force them to swerve left and right and hit other things, right? So you can get right away.
Of course.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. Watch Dogs
Have you seen
Legion.
Have you seen the British version of the Hack All the Things song?
No, but
There
there
is?
are some British bands that I follow that are in this game, and I'm like, yo, that's Nate. That's Nate. Like, oh, I know this song. That's cool. I know this band. Raffy, I don't know if I can recommend this game to you though.
What?
Are there
Oh,
spiders?
Dude,
no,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen
no,
the
the
beginning.
drone is a spider robot, and it is the most powerful thing in the game. As in, like, it's fucking
is it?
stupid. It can stun people for you by climbing into their face and shocking them. Like, my method of Watch Dogs play is just leave your character out of the red zone and then just hack all the things and try to beat it that way. Watch Dogs 2 introduced drones, like the ground drone and the flying one, which are basically like the toy drones you can buy right now. like the quadcopter or like the wheelie drone that you can find in stores and all that. Since Legion is in the super future, it's a spider bot, which is spider bot is a constant in Watch Dogs, but in Watch Dogs 1 and 2 it used to be a tank, and now it's like a pocket sized like drone that you can run around vents with. But yeah, it's anti Raffy because of the crawl animation, but it is very powerful. Like it is the crutch. It's very spider
You
like.
can hear
I've
hear
seen
it skittering.
Yeah.
It was
It's very
The-
icky. The animation's very icky.
checks a lot of the boxes. First box, spider. Second box, independently moving
Right. The
limbs.
legs.
Yeah, I think the only one that it doesn't check is the hairy.
Yeah, but it has a dark gloss finish, which might still trigger that. At least on the ones relegated around the map. The DeadSec one has like some DeadSec paint deco on it, so I don't know. But it is
Okay.
it's like the only gadget I ever have equipped. Like, sure, I can actually turn invisible for like fucking 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just 20 seconds. The spider bot can like go into vents and hop around, fucking shock people in the face. Can also go invisible, mind you. Can pick up things for me. So I don't even have to step foot into the building half the time. Na parang, dude, ang lakas ng
I'm gonna-
spider bot. Like, also, even when it dies, it'll shock anyone around it. So because
God.
it's so powerful, I don't know if I can recommend this game to you. Like, you can play without it, but I'd say you're giving yourself a handicap. And some missions will require you to at least use the field spider bots that the map can spawn for you. Because that's the one of the gimmicks, if you're going to go vent crawling. But Raffy, play Watch Dogs 2 instead. That's a good game.
Is there a spider bot mod?
I don't know. This game is pretty new. They're still trying to patch it where it doesn't screen tear and cause frame drops. So I don't know
Okay.
when the anti-spider spider mod will come in. There is a colorblind feature though, and it's pretty elaborate.
Hey.
So that's cool. It's
Oh,
also very upfront. It has text to speech at the very first menu, so at least they're forward with the disability features. So that's cool.
Cool.
But yeah, it's a good game. It's working as advertised. I'm having a blast with it. Watch Dogs Legion. That is probably another 30-hour-ish game for me.
Sick.
I want it. I want it so much.
Maybe you can tank it. I don't know, but the animation is very, very creepy crawly.
Option 1 is tank it, but I can't even tank the 10-minute or the clip that you posted on your Facebook.
Oh, you
I
can't
can't-
even take that?
No. So
Maybe Raffy, you can like tape the bottom of your screen and just tilt the camera a bit upwards. Because when you drive it, it's fairly low to the screen. Because you're also so low to the ground, you're basically looking up at people. So that
Yes,
might
but-
work. And when you press square to shock someone, just close your eyes for 1 second.
because the animation plays.
Yeah, just as the
Oh.
animation plays, just close your eyes. When you hear it, then you open your eyes again.
Oh
But
god,
yeah,
that bad.
that's been me for the weeks.
Sick. I guess that just leaves me. Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I have not been up to a lot. Like, I swear, like everything we've talked about, pretty much covers it. But in Hades, though, I've actually finished Hades. So
nice, okay.
I've cleared it 10 times, and I hit the credits, and it's so good. It's so satisfying. I can't wait for you guys to get to that part of the story, because even when you hit the credits in Hades, you can't stop. Like,
There's a justification to endless mode, essentially.
yeah, absolutely. There's a absolute justification to keep going, and it doesn't get any less interesting. Like, even though something is resolved, you still want to keep going because there's still a lot of things you want to find out, and there's still so many voice lines and interactions I haven't even done yet. I swear. Like, the only one who I've only maxed out 2 relationships in this game, and that's Skelly and Charon. And one of those characters doesn't even talk to me. So it's like, what? Yeah, for some reason I maxed out the character who doesn't even talk back at you and just groans. So
Yeah.
Nice.
there's so many more voice lines I have yet to hear, and I can't wait. Like, there's even functionality I haven't fully unlocked yet. Like, when you open your display case, there's a whole bunch of other stuff on the bottom. I've only unlocked one of those.
Okay, no, I don't want to. I don't know yet.
Yeah. I'm not telling you what it is, but I've only unlocked one of those, and I've finished the game. Right? Isn't that crazy? And like the weapons, like last week I mentioned that there are secret aspects to the weapons. I haven't even unlocked 3 more of them. It's like I still don't know how to unlock them, and I'm trying to figure it out. Oh man, yeah. Hades good. Hades good.
Hades good.
He's good. Call
He's
of
good.
Duty big.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty big.
It's not wrong.
Hades good. Call of Duty big. Dude, I haven't been up to much. The thing that's been occupying my time throughout this week though is Genshin Impact.
Nice.
Like it's been super fun for me. And I am actually at AR 39 right now. And I've been just playing it at my leisure whenever I have resin. Like I log on, I kill a boss, I log off. Like that's how I've been playing it. And I don't understand the people who are complaining about not enough resin. Like the internet right now is like kind of like a buzz about like, yo, Genshin is great, but fuck resin. And I'm like, I get where you're coming from, but the way you're playing this, like you want to rush to the very end at like the very start, and I'm like, this is supposed to be something you take bit by bit, or like you play like an hour a day, like not even an hour a day, maybe like 30 minutes a day. And like a lot of people have said that they've run out of things to do, but that just hasn't been the case with me. Like whenever I log in, there's still new areas for me to like look around in. It's like, yo, if I look in the distance, there's a treasure chest there. There's a puzzle there. There's a thing to do. And I haven't run out of things. What about you guys? Like, have you guys run out of things to do in Genshin?
I see where they're coming from with this though, but I understand also like why it's not really much of a complaint, I'd say. The resin bit I get because this game it's still like the mentality of a mobile game and what this game actually is. There's a big disconnect with like between the two, because
totally.
one, it doesn't look anything like a mobile game. The way it plays and like what you do with like the first 30 plus hours is basically a full-fledged like AAA title, right?
Totally.
But when you finally unlock the resin system proper and what you can spend it on, like what happens is you end up sort of treating it like a mobile game where like, oh, I'll just log in, play for like an hour, then leave.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it's very different from what you came in starting with, right? Where you'd play for 5 hours straight because sense of wonder and adventure and all that. And then it becomes like, oh, I have resin, I'll burn through it, then I'll just go do whatever for the rest of the day. So parang the mentality shifts between the two. And I think the small amount of resin also kind of takes away from the multiplayer. Because like, oh, I'm so excited to finally play multiplayer with people. And then like, oh, I'm out of resin, bye. And like,
what do we do?
It's
Nothing.
been 15 minutes or less even. Like, we've
that
killed
makes sense.
1-2 bosses if we're lucky. Diba?
Right.
Then like,
No,
oh,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
gone
yeah.
again. Like, oh, we barely had a multiplayer session. Like when
That
we,
makes sense.
Yeah, when we play multiplayer games like with Overwatch, we play for like hours on end, right? Or like say even FF14 where a raid can take 30 minutes sometimes.
Sometimes like 3 hours.
Yeah.
If you keep paying. Yeah.
So parang like the interaction in multiplayer in Genshin is like it's very minimal na nga. And then the motivation to do anything multiplayer is also even shortened. Because like, I can't join any stronger worlds, but if I join a weaker world, my rewards are gimped because I only have access to whatever you have access to. And I'm too powerful, so things die, so you can't really enjoy some of it maybe. Or parang,
That makes sense.
like my time investment here isn't worth it. Say for maybe like, oh, I just want to kill a boss easy because I need a low level thing or whatever, right? Otherwise, why don't you just tackle it in your world? So
Yeah, that makes total sense because I've been like playing it like super solo.
Right,
Like
right.
super duper solo, yeah.
right. I heard that they will address the resin by increasing it by, was it another
40?
40? Which I'd
Another
say is
40,
fine
yeah.
because that gives you another boss to kill.
Mm-hmm.
So parang what people were clamoring about was sana maybe a slow increase in resin, like how mobile games have a slow increase in energy the higher level you get. Because right now it's
maybe.
120 across the board, right? No matter what AR you are.
Actually, now that
Right.
you mention it, the thing that surprised me was in most games like this, in most gacha games, the higher your account level goes,
Yeah.
the higher your maximum resource becomes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like maybe that's what's missing from
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
that's exactly what's missing because it doesn't change in Genshin Impact, right?
Mhm, mhm.
It's just that
It's
initially,
missing-
initially long, you just don't have access to things you can spend it on. Like world bosses don't, like elite enemy types don't appear. The big wolfman is locked within a quest,
Yeah.
a side
it is.
quest. The Dvalin is locked within a main story quest, and all that. Pero yun nga, like the resin consumption thing is like it's normalized to me, but I at least earlier or especially when doing multiplayer, I kind of wish there was more of it because you know there was a big shift in mentality with how you tackle things.
Oh, totally. Now that you frame it like that, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
Because I've been playing this like as a completely single player. Single
your
player.
words.
Yeah. I've been playing this completely single player. Like I will only do it like by myself. But now that you bring up the multiplayer thing,
Right.
I totally get it now. That's super interesting. Like the only thing I've been doing is like just my dailies, just my weeklies. That's it. And it's been enough to get me to adventure rank 39. So like when a lot of people were complaining that there's nothing to do at adventure rank 39, I was like, no, like I do a bunch of stuff, but I guess if you have multiplayer in mind and you're playing for longer stints, that
Right.
can be crazy because of how the game initially presents itself. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
I also think it's
Right.
because of how the game presents itself initially. It might be introducing people to a new type of game where
Yeah.
like you mentioned before that what if this is the first AAA experience for most people? And
That's true.
yun nga,
That's
like
super true.
they run out of story quests because there's actually not all that many, right? And since gacha players do have this mentality where they'll just put in all their time into it, what if they just burn through all of the side quests and character quests? Like I, for one, haven't done like all of them yet, but looking at the list, I'm parang like I am already running out, right? So I can imagine people who have actually done all of that because you know like
yeah.
a lot of like the story quests are pretty involved, like more so than I ever expected them to be.
Yeah, this game has no right being as good as it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And but you know, what do you call it? That 1.1 trailer just dropped, and you did mention it's going to address some of the problems like resin shit like that. The other thing I'm actually looking forward to is they're adding a compass to find animalculi and geoculi.
Yeah,
Like-
Yeah.
if you max out, I think your statue to level 10, it'll just ping all of them on your map.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
and it's specific to each type of statue. So the wind one has its own level, then the earth one has its own. But I
Cool,
believe it
cool,
maxes
cool,
out
cool.
at 10 per.
Oh man, yeah,
Something
yeah,
like
yeah. Like I'm looking forward to that because I've been avoiding any guides and shit. Like when looking for these animalculi,
Dude,
and
like
yeah.
it's not just that. Like you can open up the official Genshin Impact like interactive map.
yeah,
But the thing is, that's just on a browser. So if you look at like all the fucking agility orb locations, you don't know which one you've claimed and which one you haven't.
exactly. That's exactly why I don't want to do that because I'm like, I would have to check each and every ping on
Yeah.
this map.
Just so you have to know, right? So you have to keep
Yeah,
track
yeah,
of all
yeah.
that. So that'll drive some people insane.
But the 1.1 trailer dropped, and
That thing looks epic as fuck, dude. What the hell?
that thing looks crazy. That looks like AAA as fuck. Like those cutscenes and shit.
Yeah.
That looks nice. And I think it's going to finally introduce a proper boss into the game besides
Mhm.
the wolf.
Yep.
And I'm kind of excited for that. I'm super duper excited for that. And you mentioned this earlier. The thing I wanted to talk about was because I'm so worried about some people for Genshin Impact because you mentioned a while ago that this might be some people's first introduction to like a AAA experience.
Mm-hmm.
But the other part I'm more worried about is that for a lot of people, this is their first gacha game.
Oof. Yes.
And I'm so worried because there's so many YouTube videos in my feed of people spending thousands of dollars on this, and I'm like, oh my god, people are crazy. Oh yeah, what do you call it? Like I don't think any of us have that impulse to spend that much on a gacha game.
It's more
like
like we don't have the money to spend. It's not that I don't want to. It's because I
Oh
can't.
man. Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like I get so worried, especially like there's so many videos recommended to me right now, specifically from this guy named Mtash,
Mhm.
and like you see this man go down this rabbit hole and like fall into darkness. Like you can see him physically going crazy, and like his eyes are like going crazy, spending this much money on this game. And like I hope experiences like that don't take away from how good this is for a free to play experience. It's like scary as fuck.
Dude, it could also just be a bit because content creation.
Oh, I really hope it's not a bit, because if it's a bit, fuck that guy. I swear. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, it's so bad. Yeah?
When you mentioned that, and especially after seeing the trailer, you mentioned that this game might have a proper boss fight.
Yeah.
I've seen gameplay of it.
Is it not a proper boss
No,
fight?
dude, it's a proper boss fight. Like it's way more epic than it deserves to be.
For real? Okay. There's leaks.
Dude.
There's leaks.
Fucking a devil trigger type of thing happens
Oh,
in this
sick.
this 1v1 fight, and life bar gets refilled of the boss.
Oh,
So
I
there's
can't wait.
phases,
I can't wait.
and it's insane.
There's phases, and I heard this was gonna be a new weekly boss, like added to the Wolf and the Valen.
Oh,
right?
that sounds incredible too. Shit,
Yes.
I've
It's
seen
going to be a
like
new
the gameplay I've
boss.
seen was max level 70 to 80. So like, oof.
Sick.
That's something.
I can't wait.
I was hoping you would bring up the complaints because people were saying that once you hit level AR 30, it's so slow, blah blah blah, right?
Mhm.
I'm fully aware that you, Emile, have done way more story quests than I have,
Yeah.
and you hit 39. I hit
Yes, I'm
39
at 30.
just doing dailies.
Oh shit.
So I have not felt the slowness at all. Like commissions
so weird,
and just expending resin, that's it. And parang like a day or two, and I'm like, oh, already 1/3 through my AR experience, and like I'm actually afraid to hit World 5 because most of my characters aren't ready yet.
It's very scary. It's very scary. All I've been doing is pre-farming ascension materials.
Yeah, dude, like that's it. I'm not even like hard going into the requirements. I'm just like, oh, this has some materials that I've been running into, so might as well get those. Or parang you
As
know.
well.
Or
Oh,
like, I
man.
need money. I'll fucking farm this earth flower for a millionth time.
Dude, like I think the people out there who are running out of things to do are those crazy people who want to rush everything.
Yeah,
And
the
like-
max level only peeps.
Yeah. And like for us, like I think this game is fine. And like it would be nice if they raised the resin. That's it.
I would appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate it.
Where are you in Genshin Impact, Raffy?
Okay, I'm in a weird place with Genshin because I play the story missions on stream, and then everything else is I try to do the side quests on my own.
Okay.
So when I do eventually get to the story mission, I'm kind of actually jacked.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, that's fine.
Yeah. But apart from that, ano ba? Apart from my mood for it, I have dropped off with the past week. I usually played it off stream just to get the dailies and all that stuff, but I haven't done that anymore. I haven't been doing that. So yeah, it's more of like a stream thing right now. I want to get back to it. I just don't know. Why was? Oh, I think because most of my time was devoted to Hades. I shifted my off time to
That makes
Hades because that's another thing that I wanted to like commit to getting better at because I feel like I was playing it like a scrub since I wanted to keep Hades as a stream only thing. I didn't get much like Raffy Lanes doesn't get much experience in playing the game. So
Okay.
I broke that rule. So it's been more of Hades right now.
No, I get
Uh,
that. I get that.
Played though. When I played on stream on Friday, I just really loved the world of that. And you mentioning that that experience of exploring the world will kind of no longer be there after a while. That makes me sad.
No, no. See, here's the thing. It's still there for me, and like I don't understand everyone who's saying it's not.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've like revealed the entire map, but there are areas where I just haven't actually visited yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm
Like,
finding
I-
areas which could potentially be the extension point once they add new continents or new nations
Mhm.
rather.
Oh, I've seen that too. I've seen like a gate thing that
Yeah.
leads to nowhere.
Yeah, yeah. I found a
Yeah.
cave that just leads to a red zone.
Mhm.
Uh,
Like
Mhm.
I've been to the edges of the map as well, and like whenever I'm like, ooh, like what's over here, and then fucking Paimon just goes like, don't look there, don't look,
You get
don't
the
look,
red
it's not ready.
vignette and like no
Yeah,
no
yeah,
no
yeah.
no no.
What the hell?
Not
No,
yet, not
don't
yet.
look, not ready. Yeah. Don't worry, Raffy. That sense of wonder and exploration is like I'm AR-39. It's super still there because like you'd have to be a crazy person to have explored every inch of this map already. And like I don't understand how you do that playing this except with a guide. And like that kind of like defeats the purpose of this game, in my opinion.
Yeah,
If you use a guide.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Man, yeah.
Being said, I am finding that Lue
Lue.
is way fucking
Dude,
more interesting. What's that?
way
Like
more
100,
interesting.
200, 300% more interesting.
Yeah, man.
Oh, dude. Once that's pretty basic as far as Adventure Country goes, but like Liyue is like just China,
It's so full
China-
of life, man.
and it's so China that like the fucking mountains that just stick up like pillars are there.
The Dragon
And I'm
Ball
like-
Mountains.
Yeah, the Dragon Ball mountains are there, and I'm like, oh god, this is just China. It's great. And the great thing about this game, and the reason why I'm sticking to it, is that this is just chapter 1. We have like
Mm.
fucking 6 more countries to explore.
All
It's
the
crazy.
elements.
Yeah. All the elements, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm super looking forward to that. So I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna wait for 1.1. I'm very excited for that.
Well, if you're still not prepared for World 5, at the very least, take solace in hitting AR-40. Because AR-40 is when you can get access to the third nation.
Oh, okay.
That was the
Interesting.
reported prerequisite. AR-40 will unlock a new quest, which will then give you access to go to the Inazuma state, which is the lightning zone.
Japan
Light-
land,
Japan land.
lightning
Yes.
zone, Japan land.
I can't wait for that.
And I also hear that in 1.1 they're adding a side quest that gives you Fischl for free.
Yeah, I heard. She will be the
Oh.
new
Mhm.
event thingy. Event unlock.
Yeah, the
Interesting.
new event unlock. Super fun. Yeah, that's Genshin Impact. And the only other thing I have consumed throughout this week is actually the new season of Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix. Season 2 is out on Netflix, Unsolved Mysteries. And what can I have? What do I have to say about it? Dude, like we've said this before about Unsolved Mysteries, and it sucks that you don't ever get any resolution out of any episodes because they're all unsolved mysteries. That's the absolute worst part about it. But I would have to say that so far with what I've watched, this season's actually pretty dang weak.
Oh,
Like in the last season, the stories were intriguing and stuff like that. But so far with what I've watched, it's like these stories aren't inspiring any more sense of mystery for me. It's just sad because they're unsolved.
Aw.
Like that's all this season of Unsolved Mysteries has given me, except for the episode called Tsunami Spirits. Like every other episode so far has been like, oh, this is an unsolved crime. Oh, this is an unsolved crime. Oh, this is an unsolved crime. And none of it has been particularly interesting, like in the first season, like with the fucking hole in the ceiling of a hotel or the entire spy family, shit like that. Those are interesting cases. But the first few episodes of this season of Unsolved Mysteries has just been basic, normal crimes. And it's just sad that they're unsolved. But you get to the episode called Tsunami Spirits, and they shift over from crimes to just ghost stories. And it's super cool. Like it's interesting. It actually focuses around the events of that tsunami that hit Japan.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that tsunami that hit
Is
Japan.
this the
that caused-
episode where? Is this the episode preview? Like,
I
because
don't
when
know.
you preview over like Unsolved Mystery season 2, like there's a Japanese lady who's narrating things that
Yes,
happened.
yes, absolutely.
Okay,
So this episode opens up with the tsunami that hit Japan. I forgot when, but it's recent enough to be very, very horrifying, right? 2011,
Yep.
March 15, 2011.
We just got-
Donna with the facts.
We just
Donna
got
with the
words.
facts. Yep. I just
Out of
heard
the
from
press.
the newsroom.
We just got her.
Yes, 2011. So just 9 years ago, the tsunami that hit
Jeez.
Japan, and it opens up with the footage of the earthquake that rocked like Japan, and it's absolutely horrifying, right? And then it opens up with more footage of the tsunami just swallowing the countryside, and it's equally horrifying, if not more so. And then it just goes into stories of the people that experience this and paranormal experiences that these people have been going through because of the amount of death they've experienced in their lives. And it's
Ah, I see.
interesting because it's not just spooky stories. It like a lot of them are actually saying, "Yo, it's actually there's when you've experienced so much death, you have to deal with it somehow, right? And like these manifestations might be a way of people dealing with it, getting closure, that kind of shit." And there's just so many interesting stories from these people who have survived something this horrible. And it's probably the most interesting episode of Unsolved Mysteries so far for me. Like it's super great. They interviewed a bunch of taxi drivers, and all of
Whoa.
them had a similar experience wherein in the summer they would pick up people who look like they're in winter gear, and they would be going to a certain location, but like halfway through the trip no one would be in their car, and like it happened to a whole
Oh,
bunch
shit.
of taxi drivers. And what do you call it, and the whole thing with all of these taxi drivers from this area is that they were survivors, and at the end of the day, their meters were running, and all of them chose to just pay for the fare for the ghosts. They were like, okay, I'm going to cover this. No one needs to hear about this. No one needs to talk about this. I'm going to pay for your fare. I hope you had a good journey, Mr. Ghost Man.
That's some River
Right.
Thames shit.
Yeah, dude. It's kind of like all these taxi drivers just have this unspoken agreement that if this happens to you, you just pay the fare, man. You pay it yourself. It's
For that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
That's cool.
I will
Because big-
pour one out for you, buddy. Like it's that kind of mentality, right? And like there's even more experiences from like these people, and it's just very, very interesting. And you see like this entire town of just like people who are trying to like get past this moment in their lives, and I think that's very interesting. So if you're gonna watch Unsolved Mysteries season 2, it's a very weak season so far, except for Tsunami Spirits, in my opinion.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's my week. That's my week.
Nice.
So I guess that wraps up all our weeks. Let's move on to the good Rex, boys.
Good
Uh-oh.
break.
Uh-oh.
Who's
Nice.
got a good Rex
Oh, God.
today?
That
Oh.
is a good question.
Oh, since it's spooktastic Halloween stuff, what
Okay,
if in
Halloween
addition to the Rex,
Hmm.
why don't we each share like a spooky thing that
A
happened?
spooky story?
Like even if it's like not super spooky, but just a hint spooky.
Okay. I can start this off. Okay,
Nice.
so
While
if
we
you
look
look
for
behind-
stuff to wreck.
Yeah. While you guys look for stuff to wreck, let me share my spooky experience for the week. So if you look behind me, we semi-decorated. There's like little ghost streamers, a little pumpkin over there on my webcam. So we briefly decorated. So while I was taking a break from work, I was laying down on my bed. And I was relaxing. I was like, "Oh God, I'm so tired and shit." I wish the quarantine was over. Our government is stupid. The normal shit. And then I was just lying down, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw movement, and I was like, "Fuck!" And I got mega spooked because only me and Donna live here, right?
Okay.
I saw movement out of the corner of my eye, and I'm like, "No, only Donna and I are here. No way there can be anything else." And I looked to my left, and it's the fucking ghost streamers we put up, and and it's specifically one that says "boo," and I just look up at it and I start losing my mind laughing. I'm like, "Fuck, he got me."
Gotcha.
The boo ghost got me.
Which other streamers you got there? You got Pokemon? You got T-Pain up there? Like ghost versions of streamers.
Oh God, I can't believe these streamers got me.
I don't know.
I actually want to point out something.
What?
I actually want to point out something, and that's in Raffy's webcam feed.
What?
That MSI owl is freaking me out the whole recording.
Oh yeah.
Because it's menacingly staring at
Looks
us.
like a little
It's pretty
demon.
menacing. It's pretty menacing.
It's pretty menacing.
Al, it's
So-
my son.
Now Raffy
my
won't
wolf.
be able to sleep.
What
Wolf
is it?
son.
Oh, it's a wolf?
Son.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's over
Yeah,
there.
it has that evil glare for the
Have that-
whole streaming session. So that's
Get
something.
that fixed. I don't think I have much scary stuff in the house. I don't have much scary experiences, especially in this condo. Even when we started moving in, when we first moved in, the very first night, we hadn't even moved in yet, but they gave us the keys to it. I slept here, on the bare ass floor, and I didn't feel no ghosts. I was so horny for moving in. I slept on the bare ass floor the very first day they gave us the key, and I didn't feel no ghosts. I walked the hallways. I spent the whole night. Nothing really.
It doesn't
No
have to be
crazy.
a recent one. It could be something like an old story, I guess.
I'll tell you a dumb one. When people used to sleep over in our old condo back in QC, they'd hear the squeaking of basketball sounds in the hallway,
Okay.
like the squeaking of sneakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the ghost
and-
of basketball past.
I love how you
Ghost
said
of basketball.
basketball sounds, which is how me and Emile reference it.
yeah. So every now and again, it'd squeak, and then I actually tell my cousin and the people who were sleeping over that were like, "No, someone died there. They performed like a sick crossover and they died."
The precursor to the chaos dunk.
yeah.
Jesus
The
Christ.
killer crossover, but it was real. It really
Actually
killed the guy.
broke his ankles
He broke his ankles and then his
and
neck.
died.
Oh,
But in
man.
reality, it was just the noise detector that kept squeaking
Okay.
every.
Okay,
I felt like I contributed to that one. There we go.
that's nice.
Sick. So man with the creepiest camera right now, Mr. Samson, do you have any spooky experiences from your past?
I have the creepiest camera? Okay.
Yeah, dude,
Ah,
yours looks
I
like a
don't
fucking
know.
horror movie.
It's covered in darkness.
Oh, I don't know, dude. I don't have any spooky stuff recently.
Not
You got a lot
even
of
like
annoying
back
stuff,
in the
though.
day.
Oh, back in the day. Nah, I already shared it on the last episode, like the last Halloween episode. But I think the most annoying annoying things that's happening recently is that since it's a rainy season
Mhm.
Yeah.
right now, so there's a lot of vermin, a lot of roaches that's coming in houses, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
Raffy has
Raffy.
upgraded his
Who-
webcam to be the creepiest. Yeah.
The Midnight
I mean,
Society
who's
camp.
Raffy, who's behind you? That's what's bothering me
The
right now.
MSI Wolf.
How is his wife allowing this?
I don't know.
I look over, I show the flashlight at it's just rejection. Rejection
Oh,
stuff.
It's a bitch. He understands it.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, since it's rainy season, there's a lot of like vermin going on in the house. Like, just tiny mice, and it's annoying. So
That's
and
horrifying, I guess.
yeah. Like I said, there's nothing horrifying right now. It's just annoying shit. So it's just tiny mice trying to be playful, going to tables and all, and it's
The
Like, they're really
horror
tiny.
is the disease they might bring.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
The horror is the
Yeah.
disease. Exactly.
But seriously, there's nothing going on right now.
Cool. Cool.
Halloween
No,
or
no
spooky
news
wise.
is good news. We
Yes,
already have
yeah.
enough spooky and bad things happening this year of
Oh
2020.
yeah, for sure.
What about you, Migoy?
Oh wait, oh there it is. I think I can share one
Nice.
Oh,
Go,
okay,
go, go,
and
go.
sure. Go.
that's people. Well, I think this will give it, but people nowadays, just go outside like nothing's happening.
Dude,
Really?
it's super scary
Like
out there.
one time, I went in and tried to buy some meds, like some medicine and a few groceries, just in our nearby Save More mall. Yeah, like I went outside, like on the main street. It's like nothing's happening. It's like nothing bad's happening. There are jeeps, there are jeeps running around, tricycles running around, and then there's just people. Like it's back to normal for some reason. And
Dude, that's so
kind of
real.
irks me.
Donna and I just went out a while ago to like get supplies and look around. It looked like a normal ass day. And like yeah, everyone's just
Yeah.
out on the weekend and like having a good time, and we're just like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Is it not
Like-
quarantine? What the fuck?
Like Molito, right, Emile?
Kind of, yeah.
Like
So,
like the area in the south. Like there are
Yeah.
people
That-
there now.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
what is it? Oh, that's another
Ito
horror
is-
story, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like nowadays there are people now drinking in the bars, which is
What the
okay,
fuck?
sure.
What the hell?
I mean, what's happening?
Is that even
I
allowed?
guess
Why-
I guess
Are you sure that's just not an Undas thing? Like,
Dude, all cemeteries are closed right now.
yeah.
or
but
like
that's the
people
thing. Yeah,
celebrating All Saints Day? I hope it
no,
is,
this
'cause-
this happened like last week.
oh no.
So
Ooh.
so it's becoming a normal thing. I don't know why it's happening. Like I guess
God.
people just want some sense of normalcy since the
I
year is
suppose.
ending. So,
I mean,
I don't know.
it's been fucking 8 months of quarantine. People are going crazy, yeah.
Get the sense of
people need
virus.
that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I went grocery shopping like on the weekday a few days ago. It's fucking the mall was more packed than it should be.
Ugh.
Oh,
And like those
And I heard
people
it's
like who like, sir, my credit card ka, and they fucking chase you.
Yeah, and then they touch your hand.
what
Yeah,
really?
they still
People
fucking
are-
chase you, and like even though you give the sign a no, they'll fucking still approach you and like, please stay away.
Those are assholes. Those are
Super scary,
assholes.
man.
Why would they fucking do that?
Because they need to get paid, I
They-
guess.
to get the quota,
Mhm.
and
Oh,
I
it's
know, yeah,
terrible.
they resort to like really dubious tactics sometimes. They one
but-
time a guy
But during
me like I was
Oh,
walking
yeah.
with my hands to the sides, and he just put the string of the bag of popcorn on my hand. Like I didn't even reach for it. He just put it. He was behind me. He put the string on my hand, and suddenly I was just holding popcorn. And I'm like, "What the fuck is this?"
But yeah,
Shit.
like I understand if it's just in normal circumstances, but during the pandemic, it's just
Yeah.
weird. Like at least I appreciate the ones who actually just just call you on their landline or your phone. Like those are the ones who at least do their job smart. Like, oh, someone's gonna call me and then offer me a credit card or something. At least that's safe.
Yeah, or at least
So-
like instead of approaching you, just try to call your attention, and then if you don't, then give up instead of chasing you down.
Yeah.
And touching your
Chasing
hand.
down is
Yeah,
scene.
scary.
that's the real horror story there.
They even ask one time, a guy even asked like, "Sir, my credit card ka na?" I just say, just so that like they leave me alone, and just went, "Oh man," and then he just responds, "Patingin niya." Can I?
You have a
Wait a
credit
second.
card?
Prove it.
Prove it.
Sige
Prove it.
mo, puti mo.
Get away. Oh man, those are the real horrors. I agree.
People.
I absolutely agree.
God.
People.
People are the real horror story.
Ah.
So, Migoy, do you have a creepy experience this quarantine
shit.
season?
It's sort of yeah. I just remembered like an experience I had back in in high school. You go to like those retreats.
Oh, yeah,
Like you
totally.
go to Tagaytay and to like one of those.
You go up into the mountains to
yeah,
be
retreat
spiritual
centers.
with your friends.
Yep. Then like your parents will write you a letter secretly. Then you'll read it and you'll cry and all that.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
in one of
That's
those like late night stuff where you huddle together, sit with all your classmates, and then do whatever spiritual thing. So we were in a circle. I think we were seated outside of like one of the main buildings, so open air. It was like 7 p.m., so it was pretty darn dark already. We formed one big circle, and then we were like, I forget what we were doing. We were saying a prayer or singing a song or whatever. And then one of my classmates just like fell over, covered his face, and didn't want to speak to anyone. Like something
Damn.
freaked him out, and he's not known to be like a prankster of this level.
Okay.
Like he'll join in on the funsies and all that, but like to do a bit this long, he's not known to do that.
Okay.
And like for a solid hour, he wouldn't speak. He wouldn't say. And then we found out later that he saw someone dressed in red across the bushes.
Ugh. That's horrifying. If it like even if it was a person, that's still horrifying.
So that happened, and then we found out the night, like that night before going to bed. And I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the restroom. And when because we were on like I think one of the elevated floors, so our double decker bunk beds were facing the open like the window side, peering into like the hillside into the forest.
Oh, that's the worst.
So like I get up and just see a floating white image in the middle of it. I didn't get a proper look, but it looked to be floating in midair,
God.
just in the shape of like a white dress. Without even like giving it a proper look, just cover myself up and force myself to
shit.
sleep. Fuck going to the bathroom. Let's not do that.
That sounds about right.
And then two or three of my other classmates say that they saw something similar too.
God. Yeah. Those
in
kind-
around the same time-ish frame of 3 to 4 a.m.
Oh God.
So it could have been anything, but we were like, nope, no one's going
No,
to the
yeah,
bathroom
yeah.
now.
You're fucking predisposed to think spooky shit. Like it could be a shopping list for all you
Could
know.
be a shopping list. It could be a lamppost, but like
Could be a shopping.
it could be death. Right? Rather not risk it.
That's true.
Sounds about right. So we've had our share of the
yes.
spooky experiences. It's been a wonderful Halloween episode for the Good Trades Brigade. And usually we cap off the show with some good ass Rex. What do you boys have on the docket for the day? What do you recommend to our audience?
I thought those are our Rex now.
All right. Well, Migs
guess
scrounges
we're-
for another rec. I got one.
Sure.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
So you remember when Disney tried to revive the Tron franchise by making that new movie? A couple
Jeff
of the few
Bridges?
things.
Yeah.
They made what was it? Tron Legacy, I think, was the movie.
Yeah, that's the one.
There was a accompanying TV series that came out with it called Tron Uprising, which were supposedly the events that took place before the movie. So you
I don't
see the
know.
villain rise to power and all that.
Okay.
And I dismissed it as like, a childish tie-in series, to get the brand up to sell product and all that.
Mhm.
So I actually, like, a friend of mine told me it was really good, but I was like, I like Tron, but I don't have the
Skeptical.
patience to watch the show.
Mhm.
I actually just got a glimpse of what it looks like earlier today, and the art was done by Robert Valley, which is he worked on character design and the music videos for the Gorillaz, like the cartoon band Gorillaz. And he also did that episode of Love, Sex, and Robots, was it? He did the Zima Blue episode.
Cool.
So the
Sick.
character design for Tron Uprising looks very much like that, which like the long jawline, the
Yeah,
skinny, like very sharp-edged people.
Yeah.
And the story of Tron Uprising is not super child-friendly.
Oh,
Like it's darker than I expected.
Shit.
Like characters get killed in this
Really?
show, and the cast is a bit like star-studded. Like Frodo Baggins voices the protagonist.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I believe the actual voice of Tron reprises a character as Tron. I forget his name, old man guy. And
Bruce, someone.
the lady who plays the girl in the movie, Cora, who was the doctor
Yeah.
from House, she also shows up in the cartoon series for a bit, reprising her role
Nice.
also, which is really neat. I expected it to
while.
all be sound-alikes.
Huh.
But yeah, it failed because I think people just didn't have an interest in the series. But after seeing what it's about, I actually want to watch it myself.
Cool.
And since a friend of mine who has, I'd say, good opinions about shows like this also recommended it before, I'd recommend it to you, good listener, to check out Tron Uprising.
Okay.
I don't know where you can find it because the Disney XD doesn't exist
Yeah.
for us, and
Uh-huh.
nobody has
Yeah.
cable, and it's also like a 9-year-old show.
Yeah.
So good luck to us to hunt down these episodes. But it's just one season, so hopefully we can find it somewhere. Tron
Are
Uprising.
you gonna wreck it? Are you
I'm gonna wreck it.
Sick.
Mm.
All
Sick.
right.
Sick.
I know my rec. Oh wait, sure, Raffy, go ahead.
Okay. No, I got a weird one. I got a weird rec, and I'm not fully sure this is what I want to do, but I'm gonna rec a new animated movie that just came out on Netflix, a Pinoy animated movie, and it's called Hayop. It's a thing.
Huh.
I don't like it personally, but I recommend you watch it. I
Why
recommend
would
you
do
watch
this, Raffy?
it so we can talk about it.
We
Yeah,
already
I
spent a
thought-
whole
Okay.
episode without mentioning it.
Yeah. No, yeah. I have opinions. I recommend you watch
I
it.
think we all have opinions.
I think we need
And
to have this
I-
with
I
another group.
That's true.
Yeah, for sure.
We might guess some
Speaking of
folks.
which,
I don't know yet.
they're freaking out in chat.
Yeah, they were freaking out.
Oh, really? Gotcha.
Quiet you.
The hardworking animators
Mhm.
who also worked on this thing, support them. Yeah, by
Animation
watching the
stop
movie. Yeah, I wouldn't say you boycott it. Just
Yeah.
watch it and have an
Yeah.
opinion. You can watch
You
something
might
and hate
like
it.
it.
You might like it. You'll never know. I saw a lot of people also. I went digging. I saw a lot of people like it actually. So I'm curious to see. I'm curious to hear what they liked about it. I'm not a close-minded person. I'm
It ain't
entertained.
Mulan, that's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. It's better than Escape Plan 2. That's my opinion
If
about it.
you're into
really
cheating, this movie
That
might
works.
be
Yeah.
for you.
Yes, maybe, sure.
Boom,
I-
Pinoy Pride.
My pride.
Thanks, God.
Remember, Escape Plan 2 became #1 in the Netflix top 10.
What? Really?
Yeah,
Pinoy
that's
audiences?
saying something.
What the
Yep.
hell?
So that's saying how
Oh,
Interesting.
God.
I don't know what I don't know what to think anymore.
That's it.
That's
Hayop
it.
Ka. I recommend Hayop Ka so we can
Yeah.
talk about it. I'm gonna wreck it.
Sick. What about you, Mr. Samson?
All right, I'm gonna recommend it. Hold on, let me just grab the mic. I'm gonna recommend also a cartoon. This is a long time coming, and it's
Oh,
something that
God.
is hard for us to actually get because it's only available in the shores. You know what I'm saying? In the shanty seas. Um, and
Okay.
that is
I've
the
heard
third
that one.
season,
I've never heard
and that's the third. It's the third season of DuckTales.
Woo.
Um,
Yeah, I need to catch up.
but I'm gonna recommend just one specific episode, just for you guys to get really excited, and that is episode 12, which is titled "Let's Get Dangerous," and it's the Darkwing episode of that season, and it's probably one of the best episodes of that season yet. It's actually a 40 plus minute special or an hour
really?
special,
Sick.
so that's something. Yeah, and since you guys already saw the poster for the season 3
Yeah.
of DuckTales, so they feature Gosling, so
Yeah.
that's
Really?
that's something. Yeah, they have Gosling in the show, and the voice actress who was assigned to Gosling is very surprising. I'm not sure if I'm gonna spoil it,
Don't.
but it's cool. Yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, gonna recommend DuckTales again, and
Sick.
that Darkwing Duck special.
I love how
I
it
reckon.
was initially a Darkwing Duck episode also that got us to watch the series. And now it's happening again.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah. I need to fucking catch up with DuckTales. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Sick,
out.
sick. I guess that leaves my recommend, and I will be bringing it to somewhere else. I will recommend a piece of music. What do you call it? So, everyone knows that I've been very, very into the VTubers lately, and I would like to
Lately?
recommend. Oh, okay, maybe since the start of the year. But I would like to recommend one of the English Hololive VTubers, Miss Mori Calliope, and her album "DEADBEATS" on Spotify. What do you call it? She is one of the new members of Hololive, and she speaks English. That's why she's Hololive English. And the interesting thing about this is that due to the powers of VTubers and their audience, she has reached #1 on the iTunes charts, like beating out everyone else. So she's actually showing up in like super traditional music top 10 lists, and people are
Incredible.
going like, "Who the fuck is that?" It's like she's fucking topping charts on like iTunes top 10, like Billboard awards and shit like that. And like #1 is Mori Calliope, and everyone's just like, "Who?" But check out her album "DEADBEATS." It's actually on Spotify. It's available. You can listen to it. And I actually really like her music, especially the last song on that album. It gives me monkey magic feelings. Like
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
the last song on that album feels and sounds kind of like a monkey magic song in a way that
Really?
she raps in a sing-song manner, and at the same time the lyrics are hopeful and uplifting in a weird way that just makes you have good feelings. Like when you listen to a monkey magic song, it's the same vibe I get from that last song on that album, and I really like that last song on that album. So if
Okay.
you want to check out a VTuber who's topping the charts on iTunes and everywhere right now, check out Mori Calliope and her album "DEADBEATS." I'm gonna wreck it.
Now I'm gonna
Nice.
check that out if it's similar to
Yes.
Monkey Magic.
And since it's Halloween, her character is a Grim Reaper. Ooh, spooky.
Fun.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
You saying Monkey Magic just reminded me of the Monkey Magic game on PS1, which I haven't thought about since forever.
Oh no.
Shit.
That is
Remember
not
that
the
name?
one
Yeah,
that
Raffy.
Emil's talking about.
That's another rec for me, to be honest. Yeah,
Monkey
listen to Monkey Magic. Monkey Magic, gonna record.
Monkey Magic is a great band. If you
They're
haven't listened to them.
they're a group of. Are they
band.
Canadian or? I think they're
they
just
are
they're
they are Canadian, but they live in Japan.
Yeah, they live in Sendai, Japan, and they're good. Like they mix up English lyrics with Japanese rap.
Japanese
Yep.
lyrics.
And
Just like
cool.
Mori
It's really good.
Just like Mori Calliope. She does the same thing. She half sings in English, half sings in Japanese.
Yeah, she's one of like the best English speaking VTubers out there right now too, right?
She doesn't have the accent like
Yeah.
her other her other
it
compatriots.
ain't no English either. Like it's more proper.
No.
No,
She sounds like a native English speaker. So
You.
there you go.
but that's the appeal of the English
There's many versions of it.
And
English ones.
the hilarious thing about this VTuber is she's topping the charts right now, right? But there's this clip of her going around right now wherein she doesn't understand how a kazoo works. She like spends like 10 minutes trying to blow into a kazoo and it's not
Oh,
working.
no.
And like halfway into her stream, like somebody says, "Yo, hum into the kazoo," and she's like, "Oh fuck, really?" And yeah, it's great. It's great. VTubers are great. I can't believe this one's topping the charts. Check it out. I'm gonna wreck it.
No.
If the fine people out there would like to get more good recs, get more good trades, get more spooky things, Raffy, where would they go?
The main avenue for our content every fortnight, because we are a fortnight podcast. You can check out new episodes on the Spotify. Just search Good Trades Brigade. That's the main one. We also have we also have our fair share of socials. Our Facebook is facebook.com/Good Trades Brigade. We also have a Facebook group kicking about Good Trades Brigade group. We have a Twitter at GT Brigade. We also have an Instagram or an IG, as the kids call it, as the kids like to say, an IG.
Really? Huh. An egg.
Really?
Really, huh? An ig. Yeah, we'll circumvent the kids and we'll be hipper than them by calling it an ig. Check us out on ig at Trades Podcast.
Sick.
And there's also where most of our videos go youtube.com/Good Trades Brigade or a yit. Yeah, YT, a yit. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much all of it.
Like eggs.
And if the fine people out there would like to support us, where can they go, Mr. Migoy?
Ooh. For the price of a cup of coffee, you can support the show by heading on over to patreon.com/GoodTradesBrigade, where you can help keep the lights on, maybe potentially help us with some audio equipment upgrades and whatnot. We'd appreciate the support.
Yeah.
And you get some special bonuses when you do sign up. Do it.
Sick.
And we will love you forever.
Love you
That comes
forever.
with the Patreon, the Patreon rewards, right? Like if they sign on to any level, we just love them forever.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
We give
That's
the-
part of the deal.
we give them the Aphrodite boon. That's like, yo, we're just connected now.
I
And
love
any
you.
any damage that you make, I am healed. Sick.
Okay.
Oh man, boys. that was a
Also, don't forget we have our reader mail and our Discord channel. So if you guys have any sick
right.
stories, you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and input that in our reader mail channel, podcast dash reader mail, and even on Facebook. Like if you guys have any questions, go ahead and like post your question and post your interesting story. Put it in a hashtag keep it going, or hashtag good trades chat.
Good trades chat.
Yeah, dude.
Stuff like that.
Good trades
Yeah.
challenge.
Send us a video of you telling people to listen to the podcast.
Yeah. That's our
No, we
challenge to
can't do
you. We challenge you to
Yeah.
tell people about us.
Yeah, sure.
It
Tell
needs
them
to be
Good
in-
Trades, the Fortnite
Yeah,
podcast.
Good Trades, the Fortnite podcast. Just tell him.
Mhm.
It has to
We
be
are
on
a
video.
We are a Fortnite podcast. Just remember, all you kids out there flossing, we are a
I
Fortnite
know.
podcast.
We gotta be more modern. We gotta be more current. We're a Genshin Impact podcast.
We're
Go with
Genshin
that, go with
Impact.
that.
We come out every Genshin Impact.
Yes. That is a measure of time. Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
Our podcast happens
Uh,
whenever the wolf resets.
Hashtag resin challenge. We'll give
Yeah,
away
yeah.
resin.
Do it.
I don't know
it,
how we're
recommend-
gonna do it, but do it.
We're the Wolf
Sick.
Night podcast.
Sick. That's a good
Be
trade, boys.
ambitious.
Be
Stay
ambitious.
strong. Stay safe. What's the
Keep it
catchphrase?
Go
Keep
Go.
it going.
Keep it going, everyone.
Whenever the wolf resets.
Whenever.
Tama na ba Sabado?
Every Saturday.
Resets every Saturday.
Oh God.
I think.
Jeez.
I actually think it resets on Monday.
I think it's
Oh,
at
okay.
least a Sunday.
Maybe it's a
'cause I
region
checked
thing.
48 hours out there.
Maybe it's a region thing. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording now.
Alright, stop recording now.
The Fortnite podcast.
Okay. I
Oh
am
shit.
going to
Okay,
process this audio.
one at a time. Oh, I can copy paste the thing into the thing, you think? Ay, hindi, wag na. Mas magulo yun.
Depends if it got saved in your temporary files.
Yes,
I did
naman.
record this, by the way. I don't know
Okay.
long the audio balance, but I did record this locally.
Cool.